So last time you guys had started off in the city of Vire, biding time until the Queen of Delight's banquet at the end of the week, where you guys would attempt to curry favor by showing how well you could comport yourself at dinner. This was easier for some of you than others. And at the end of the Queen's dinner, which was a smorgasbord of, shall we say, interesting meal choices,
Chilled monkey brains.
she said that Vire would be happy to aid you guys when the time for rebellion came, and held Flickie overnight for some additional conversation and
I
things.
said the rebellion's not the only thing that's gonna come in time. I don't know. Take your clothes off.
Oh no, trust me, you were not dominant for any of it.
No.
Yeah,
Didn't I need potions?
yes, you did. No, well, you would have if she hadn't used healing magic of her own on you.
Classic.
Scratches on the back, man. Don't mess with tieflings. But afterwards, you guys got the Vire Accord taken care of, and with wrapping up your business, you had to deal with one other further little tidbit that the Queen made sure to let Flickie be aware of, that one of your guests at dinner was Hey Fen, the Grey Spider Guild Mistress that you guys have not seen a dead body for yet, because she's still very much alive and apparently interested in you guys. So your last couple of days in town were a bit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, before it was time to return to Kintargo with Captain Sargita and Marquel and his newly restored arm. But upon returning to Kintargo, you were greeted by several of the Silver Ravens, and some of them had acquired some gifts for you for your services to the city and your sterling leadership. And over the course of that night, you guys went off to wherever you chose to spend the night that night, and we pick up on Toil Day morning, I believe. Yes. Getting close to the end of Erastus.
Well, let me check something real quick. Discuss amongst yourselves a plan of attack real quick. I'm looking at something. Oh.
What day is it? You said it's Toil Day?
Correct.
I'm gonna take Tib'resh somewhere where we can get all the barf cleaned off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went through your entire supply of gut grip.
Oh.
Is
Wait,
he
no,
okay?
I wouldn't have. I had enough for 2 weeks.
And you
the
went through
trip
all
only
of it.
ended up being like 3 days.
And you
Hey,
went
so
through
question. When a wand runs out of magic,
It's
is
a-
it just
it's-
a worthless hunk of metal, or can I sell it?
it becomes a stick.
It becomes a stick.
Oh, it turns into a literal stick.
Well,
No, it's always been a stick.
it's always been. It looks like a Harry Potter wand, pretty much.
Oh, I was thinking little metal like Mario wands. Okay.
No,
Never
they're
mind then.
they're magic sticks. You can hit one.
So I guess rods,
you can
same
hit,
thing.
You can no rods are
Rods
are
tend not to.
Generally perma effects.
Yeah, rods tend not to have charges. They're more like once or twice a day you can
Oh,
do
the
this
per
with
day.
them.
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
It means and like appearance-wise, rods look more manufactured than wands.
Like
Okay.
a wand looks like a Harry Potter wand with arcane runes carved into it that give it power, and once all those runes' power are expended, it becomes a stick.
Okay.
And
all
also,
right.
and also
Okay, that
some
makes a lot of sense.
rods can double as magic maces. They're that well made.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Yeah. That's one.
The rod is. No.
That's one of the reasons why staves are so expensive and so powerful. They're the only magical item that you can recharge their charges.
Yeah, I need to get a new staff, man.
Staves are hard to come by, and honestly,
I know
the staff you have now is pretty good.
it's nice, but it still feels like I haven't picked up. It's like the one piece of equipment that isn't orange in my level 5 inventory right now.
You don't you have a staff slit, or can't you use that quiver?
Can Flickie just like
Well,
make
yeah, but I don't have
wands
any
in
more
his free
staff,
time
man.
right now?
I'm
You
sorry.
have to have
Ooh, that would cost so much money.
craft wands.
Yeah,
The craft wand item creation.
yeah, item creation. It's I think it's craft wand is its own feat, unless it's just craft wondrous item.
No,
Well, I have craft
it is
books.
Craft wand.
So I'm gonna see if I can pick up craft wands.
That's a skill. Craft magic item. item creation is an entire subset
Oh, you
of
said
feats.
feet. My
Yeah,
bad.
They're an entire
My
subset
bad.
of feats.
Okay. Well, I have 2 feet, so let's fucking.
Well, not all of us are so limited.
Next feat you get. Takes a lot of money.
Yeah. But guess what we have? All right, let's see. Well, so we're thinking about feng shui. What was her
Heifen.
name? Wei Fen? Hei Fen?
And also, who was sleeping? Who was sleeping aware last night?
Tib'resh in his good graces allowed me to crash at
I
his
can
pad.
agree with that, but
Well,
remember, I have work.
where did Captain Stargate pull up to dock? Did he pull back up on Old Kintargo where he had been parked?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can always host you guys, but also our hideout's right there, so whatever works. I'm fine to have some friends over. Just gotta bring out one of the other mats.
I just don't feel comfortable going back to the hideout right now, knowing some hootenanny knows, probably has some connects in the city and might know where we're going. So I think it would not be unwise to crash. Not
Actually, in hindsight, for that exact reason, I want to crash at the hideout.
Well,
If shit's coming, I wanna be
ask,
there.
We've been gone for more than a week. Has there been any progress made on the hideout? Is it like what is the? I know construction takes a very long time.
Now you're talking about are you talking about the hideout, like the hideout, or the building on the street level?
The building on top, but also the hideout underneath. If there's any progress on either.
They've managed to get rid of most of the old moldering furniture and have replaced most of it with not new, but definitely not, unsafe and disgusting furniture from various places around the city. And the upstairs part, some of the main support, like pilings and frame areas, are starting to go to like second level stuff. So there's actual like verticality to it as you approach it from the street.
Okay.
Everybody that you meet.
Hell yeah.
So who's crashing at the hideout?
So remind me on the map, where is Milo?
Milo's in
He
red.
moves, baby, doesn't he?
His
It's his general prowling zone.
Red Roof Market,
You just follow
Yeah.
your nose.
pretty much directly east of your house or / apartment.
I'm gonna sleep at my house the first night because I want to hit Milo's first thing in the morning.
All right. Real hair.
Icar will crash to the hideout, and he'll recommend that Kyra do the same, just so that we don't create some sort of. It would be safer if you crashed at the hideout. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but we did have that other strange Tian woman who was following us. Maybe
Oh yeah, hey Finn.
not Hayfen. There was a rumor
Wouldn't that have
there
been
was someone else
Hayfen?
following us.
No, Hayfen's like the old crime boss lady
Yeah,
with
Hayfen's
like
the old
the
crime
whip out
boss
fan.
lady.
Isn't she an old Tian woman?
Yes, but the Tian woman he's talking about was a different Tian woman.
Fuck, I had thought they were the same person.
No, one
It's
who
just
was
like the
capable of
first time
following
I
us
watched
through the
them.
streets. We're all young and spry.
As a
Yeah,
matter
we thought-
of
we
fact,
thought-
now that I've let you guys know that, I'm going to find a picture of Hei Fen as she appeared at dinner.
No, I'm talking about. Remember, because we thought Kyra was originally her, but Kyra just wound up being a cool fox lady.
This is the perfect opportunity for you to hold up the matchmaker lady from Mulan.
Unfortunately, she's not that young.
No, but like after the beard and everything, like after all the goofy makeup.
Come on, light adjust. Come on.
So she's an old Asian woman.
She
Yeah,
looks like she'd be mean.
I was expecting more like
on.
kind of gaudy sort
Let me
of
see if
attire,
can I zoom out some of that? Yeah, there we go.
oh yeah, that's definitely not what I was expecting. I was expecting very like headdress and like gold stuff like dangling
That's
off
the
of it.
woman who appeared at dinner.
Yes, the woman.
That's Hayfen. That's the old woman who we sold a portrait of, thinking she was not alive
Well, we
anymore.
saw the portrait of her when she was when she was in her glory days.
About 40 years ago.
No, I meant we sold a portrait of her currently, not knowing she was currently alive.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be the odd man out. I'll stay at the hideout.
Well, then I guess I'll go to the hideout.
Everyone else is doing it.
I mean,
No,
if
no,
it's going to be a sleepover.
Well, we're all gonna get drunk at the hideout.
All right, okay, I'm in. Let's
oh,
go.
done.
I was under the impression that Sugtok was staying at his place because he wanted to hit up Milo's the first
No,
time.
he was
Yeah,
the
but
one who
as I was
originally
walking
wanted
off,
to.
Icar said, "Hey man, don't you remember somebody's following us? We're drinking at the hideout."
Hey man, don't you remember that somebody's following us? Also, unrelated, we're gonna all get drunk. No, we need to celebrate. I mean, we
do.
like a huge alliance. This is a big deal, and I know we kind of been like, we've kind of been celebrating the whole time since we went to New Orleans. I mean, Vire. But we're back home. We should celebrate here too.
I look up into the sky and reminisce about my voodoo goddess.
Well, then I think we should stop by the Tooth and Nail.
By the way, I have added the Queen of Delights to the journal under Silver Ravens and Allies in case anybody forgets what she looks like.
I don't think any of us are going to forget, but thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, and
I'm
also,
always happy for a
I
reminder.
updated Captain Sargita's journal entry with the fact that you've cashed in one favor for the round trip.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna go to the hideout and we're gonna get drunk, and it's mandatory attendance for all Silver Ravens.
All right.
So how many
Kyra
Dude.
says she will join you in a little bit. She's got some personal business to take care of, but it shouldn't take more than an hour or two.
All right, just remember it's mandatory attendance.
Oh, don't worry. I plan on drinking one of you under the table.
It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me, isn't it?
It's going to be you or the wizard.
Yeah, it's not going to be Tib'resh.
What?
Tib'resh can drink the table under the table.
Here's the thing. Alcohol is poison, not disease, so he's not immune to it.
He's also got those monk fortitude saves.
True.
I am fully capable of drinking all of you guys under various amounts of furniture, but I'm not going to drink that much.
All right.
Now,
Well,
that
everybody
sounds
get,
like a challenge.
Everybody get your D20s ready. There's going to be some.
Yeah, I
fortitude
was about
saves.
to say. So we're all banging our mugs on the table in some sort of like drinking game rhythm.
I have to go
and
to
then we're all
work in
gonna...
the morning.
Hey, dude, we literally, just like Icar said, sealed an alliance with a kingdom.
Not a
different
kingdom, but Fire is a pretty. It's a pretty big deal.
Big city.
It's a big city, and it has a lot of powerful people, and they have committed to help us when the time is right.
Despite being on paper a Chelish city, they have significant political clout as their own faction.
Okay. Yeah, it took me a minute to find her because I forgot her real name was Mantiche Kaliki or whatever.
Yeah, Mantiche Kaliki.
I was so close.
You were
To be fair,
somewhere.
that's a hard one to guess, especially with the double E and the double I.
I think you just swapped. You had a spoonerism of the consonants at the end of them.
Whatever.
It was the exact sound, just with one sound flipped.
Either way, there she is, and all of her.
Oh wait, there's nothing in my page in the journal. Bummer. I forgot that I have to do that.
It's a thing. But, alright, so drinking is happening. Everybody get your D20s out because we're going to have some who gets drunk first rolls.
Oh, fantastic. We've just got booze at the hideout.
To be fair, you have like several dozen people that are operating out of this hideout. Yes, you have some alcohol around.
But do we have enough for us?
Depends. How much is going to be for you?
How much hooch do you need?
2.
2 kegs? Okay. I will say that you've got a grand total of about 25 gallons of hooch.
Fantastic.
20 of it ale, and then 5 Sorry,
25 gallons.
23 gallons of assorted ales, and then 2 gallons grand total of assorted finer liquors.
So, gentlemen, for the game, we have to have a pint of the ale, but take our time with the liquor.
All right, guys, this game is called Red Dragon Inn.
Gross.
What? Oh, jeez.
I'm
I don't know about
not
this.
even kidding. It's a real board game, and it's about you're an adventuring party that's gotten back, and they're now having a drinking game at the tavern.
That sounds like fun, actually.
More people, more fun.
Well, let's start drinking.
Alrighty then, let me get my tally sheets set to go, and then everybody make me a fortitude save. Do not make one for Kyra, she's not here yet.
I wasn't going to.
I know, but when she does show up, you're in charge of that.
Alright, you said I had to do what?
Fortitude save.
Make a fortitude save. Okay. Fortitude. Arr.
Dillon's
Fortitude.
the wizard's Achilles heel.
Damn. Yeah, damn it. +4. I did roll 18 though, so 22.
All right. So for the
Oh my god. Oh no.
the first round, everybody's fine. It's a single thing of basically like Bud Light. No one's getting tipsy off of a single thing of Bud Light. So now,
Oh, I thought it was just whoever's lowest gets knocked out.
nope, it just means that every single time I ask you guys, the DC increases.
Okay, but we got to make this fun. We got to have
Let's-
like a game of some kind.
Sugtok is gonna slap his chest and say, "Let's party!" and cast heroism on himself.
That's cheating.
It's not.
This man's out here cheating.
I mean, I can metabolize this stuff faster than anyone
It's
else. So I'm
performance
pretty
drink
sure-
enhancing drinks.
Give me an hour and a half into the evening, or 2 hours into the evening, and I'll be good.
Don't
to
you
go.
have poison resist out the ass?
No, I'd have to meditate. No, poison resist. I do not have. I have abilities that I could have taken, but that's not what I was focusing on. I like punching more than purifying my body.
That's fair.
However, Tib'resh takes a swig and takes a deep look into the mug and realizes he's gonna have to do a lot to balance this shit out.
You just went full Hellboy too. No, my body's a temple. Well, now it's an amusement park.
One night only. Oh boy.
Okay.
You guys know that abandoned temple street we saw in the last town? That's gonna be us tonight.
We're gonna be abandoned temples.
No, just destroyed.
It seems a little too early to. Oh, I get the metaphor now.
I understand what you're trying to say, and as a reminder, because they're abandoned, they're not dilapidated. They were built to be temples, but then the original owners got evicted, and now they're basically up for rent as basically prestige in town. They just got ridiculous rent rates. It's like yes, I've got a casino on the Sunset Strip kind of level of stuff. But anyway,
We're gonna be high class trashed.
Speaking of high class trash, make me another roll, everybody, because that was for your first half hour.
How is my 20? Ooh. God damn it.
And you're muted, Dillon.
I was saying, damn, dude, all of your guys. Yes, I rolled a 19. 23, baby.
All right. For your second half hour of drinking, Icar's starting to get a little froggy, but then he nope, I'm good. He has had an ill-timed burp that almost made him throw up, but everybody else is doing fine.
I'm fine.
All right.
It's just been. I just don't have the experiments. with the drinking that you guys have.
Yeah. After this is when Kyra shows back up and goes, "Let me guess, he's the lightweight." Points at
No.
Icar.
I have a very healthy weight.
Yeah, it's you. Pour me in.
He's just thin-boned.
All right. Everybody make me a another save, Kyra included this time.
I'm back down. That's 9.
Okay. I need to open.
All right, give me something good. Oh, not so much. Roll 18 total this time.
All right. At this point, everybody except Tib'resh and Kyra are officially tipsy. Like you're actually starting to feel the swimminess of alcohol.
Guys, I'm not. Oh wait, did we have another roll? I don't think I did a third roll. Sorry. Cool.
See previous answer.
Yeah. Well, guys, you're looking a little worse for the wear there. Icar.
What? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Are you though?
I am good.
This was your idea. I'm just saying, you were talking a real big game going into this.
I was saying we're going to celebrate, not that
It's
I
not.
to win.
It's not to compete. It's to say, Flickie banged that woman, so we could be allies with them.
Oh yeah, we should probably toast to that, shouldn't we?
You know what? This right here
Wait, bring out
is the magic.
the
stick.
liquor.
I mean,
what is this that we have
got-
here?
I don't know, but it's just doing the job.
Yeah, you've got basic ale and a few things of
The
higher class
penis
stuff like
that saves Kintargo.
I can't call you that.
like
I'm not-
whiskey, bourbon, vodka.
I'm not putting that in my book. We can't call you the dick that saved Kintargo.
This is
Why
that
not?
Menador.
The phallus
Bourbon.
of
What if-
I
what
had
if
something
in-
for this. I lean back and start talking to Tim the Hawk for a minute, and I'll be back in a minute.
You guys, is it? I mean, do you think it was traumatic or hot? What happened?
Dillon, you're not muted.
Sometimes.
I lean forward and I
I
say
was just
both.
about to say that.
Icar, how would you know? Look at you, you little man. And I poke his very nubile, pale skin, and I go, "You've never had sex before."
Shut the fuck up.
I'm giving Icar a weirdly knowing
Tim the Hawk
nod.
goes,
It's not my fault.
It seems it's a man's own business
To-
whether or not he's had sex.
To be fair, the
Yeah.
hawk also goes. To
What
be
is that?
fair,
Yeah,
neither
Tib'resh
have I.
understands. He's the same.
The same.
Well,
the same.
Of
no,
course
I
you
mean,
haven't, Tim the Hawk. You're a magic creature. You're not technically real.
Oh yeah.
That
Tib'resh wants
hurts.
us all to think that he's.
I am, man, but I love you all the same.
Tib'resh wants us all to think that he's ever looked
Well-
up from his pen and paper and.
I mean,
wanna
if you
complain.
really think about it, I mean, the real reason this guy hasn't had sex. I lift up Tibresh's dick flap real quick, and we all remember that Tib'resh has a nat 20 fucking arm hog of a penis. And women are
Is it a
scared of
reflex
this man.
save to slap him in the face with it?
To be fair, Tib'resh is still sober enough that he could
Not
easily
my
avoid
cup.
a drunken wizard if he wants to
Yeah,
avoid
I would
having
just
it.
hate-
If he wants to avoid getting kilted by the drunk wizard.
you no, absolutely not. I know these pants are big and it looks like there's a lot going on down there. It's kind of
I
Yeah,
throw
'cause
some water on his
going to
crotch so
move
it
out of
sticks
the
to
way.
his penis
I
like
am
he's getting out of the
way
pool.
faster and way more
Unfortunately,
confident.
Tibresh's current outfit is the water resistant type, so
and
it just
water
slides
resistant.
off. Sorry, Dylan.
Well, I go, yeah, that would have been funny, guys. Sorry, my bad. I'm gonna go talk to my bird for a minute. And I lean back
Everybody,
and
make
start
me
talking.
another fortitude save.
Oh, dang.
Shut.
Fuck, I'm out, dude. I got a 9
Total.
Yeah.
Flickie is not yet unconscious, but he has entered giggle drunk state where he can't exactly form a coherent sentence right now.
Tim actually knows me when I get like that, so he can physically picture that.
Everybody else is getting just a little. Yeah. Oh, okay. That is both yours. Yeah. Kyra is entering the tipsy stage as well, and actually, yeah. But the rest of you are entering heavy intoxication at this point. But you're still able to talk. But you guys as players watching your puppets dance recognize as sober people that you have reached the point where these guys aren't going to remember what happens from this point on, except for Kyra,
Okay.
who's
All right.
Wait,
I do one thing. I lean over to Sugtok and I go, watch this, and I slug some beer and I use what's it called? The thing that lets me speak over like a mile, but everyone hears it.
whispering.
So
we're
What's
in
spell
our
called?
fucking hideout, man.
Yeah,
No.
I use that and I burp. I burp really loud into the spell and project it a mile into town.
All right.
Shh. They can't know it with you. No one can know. They'll never know.
You
They
can't
never-
trace a burp.
Luke, how bad did you say it was right now?
Every
I fall over and hit my head and
No,
immediately pass
Flickie.
out. My character's done.
okay.
This is my first one below 20, so...
Yeah, the Kyra has just entered the state you guys all were in, and all of you, it's officially starting to hit you that you have entered the, like, I'm not going to remember most of this in the morning stage, but still, like, right now in the immediate, you can still sort of function.
Tib'resh, can you, Icar, can you guys dance?
You've reached that point where you feel like if you went into the bathroom, stared at yourself in the mirror, and just tried to will yourself that you weren't drunk, you're that level of drunk because you actually believe it'll do something. Or is that just me? Is that just me?
No, that's everyone.
I
That's
should
everyone.
be able to. I'm saying we're a couple hours in, and I would either have to drink, because to my understanding, I would have to drink 3 times as much as these guys in order to, if we're
My metabolab.
metabolab.
Well, here's the thing.
I've been spiking when we've been drinking brandy. You've been getting mountain shine, just straight moonshine, like paint thinner.
No, it's just that this is representative of several hours of drinking, and your key metabolism, you kind of have to focus to do that, and you've let your guard down for tonight.
Oh, you let your guard down around Sugtok? Ah, you dumb son of a bitch.
To be fair, it's letting his guard down around you is what he should be concerned about.
Hey, I was the fanciest guy at dinner, and I fucked a pirate queen. What did these fucking, what did Nut 1 and Dick Nut 2 do at the fucking dinner? You know, I deserve this.
Eventually, you're going to stop going on about that, and we'll be able to bring up another point of conversation this evening.
My character's passed out. I accidentally hit my head.
No, we have a more important part of conversation. When is he gonna fuck the elf teacher?
Wait,
As soon as I see her again. Ow!
it's like a contest. Why are you guys trying to collect these people?
Look, wait, no, look,
Because
I'm trying to collect.
Because we're playing Witcher 1, you've got all the trading cards for it. Yeah, that didn't age well.
Yeah.
you gotta dance yourself sober. Is the only way.
That sounds like a good name for a song. It's almost like a...
In real life, are we
Dance
sure?
when you're sober.
Yourself sober, and I'm gonna
Dancing with beer in my gut.
Look at this guy. He's like some kind of LCD sound machine.
All right,
What?
Icar.
everybody that's not Flickie, make me another thing. Let's see who passes out.
I basically did like the Simpsons Bart thing with the megaphone and just burped into the middle of town.
Oh dear. Okay. If there was a drinking game to stay functional, Sugtok wins, and everybody else finds themselves passed out wherever you guys were drinking, which I'm just going to assume is probably the opium den.
I'm gonna
Probably. I mean, the comfy pillows.
Comfy pillows.
Which have been replaced from the old moldering ones.
It's like an extremely comfy, like it feels like fox fur.
does
It
does every
feels
Hey.
like it's a fox pillow.
That's my tail.
And
You
it's
fuck.
extremely comfortable.
Thank you. Let go.
Guys, you're not gonna believe this. Okay, so I've been really working on my key focus, and I'm pretty sure I can just I
What?
can make myself sober. Check this out. I'm gonna meditate just real.
Watch this key narcolepsy.
I'm just gonna meditate real quick.
does everyone have pillows?
In some way,
Yes,
shape,
I
or
have my
form.
branded My Pillow or whatever it's fucking called. The guy, the crazy guy.
Except for Tib'resh, who is
All right.
asleep in a very, very bad crisscross position on the floor, slumped over.
Fortunately, I've kind of seen that in an episode of... I saw that in an
Alright.
episode of Babylon 5.
Before falling asleep, I want to get Tib'resh a pillow,
Easy to do.
and I want to tuck everyone in a little, and then just pass out as soon as.
Well, there aren't exactly blankets in the area. You're kind of just all gathered around. It's basically like you guys are sitting at like a kotatsu, almost, because, again, Opium Den's got low ceilings, so it's pretty much floor sitting only. But you guys are just hanging out here, and it's all kind of fallen over, like, each other, just around this table. And you're just like, okay, pillow under your head, pillow under your head, pillow for me, pillow from the next thing over for, okay, and sleep. You're all somewhat vaguely aware of someone kind of rustling you in some point during your sleep, but you just kind of bat him away.
No, it wakes up Tim the Hawk.
Tim the Hawk isn't rustled.
Oh, well, does he not hear us get? Whatever, okay.
I give him a little scratch.
Oh, dude, you made my thing. How did that? What?
Dope.
To be fair, I didn't do shit.
I don't know. Well, whoops.
Dillon appears to be experimenting with Roll20 right now.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that, but I'll take it. That's better than the fucking colors.
Oh, yeah, that's what your profile picture is for your account on Roll20 is what happens for that.
But then when did I? How did I?
Wait, wait, okay.
Wait.
Is this
Yeah, if you go to the text box and you change the character that you're typing
Oh, right.
it changes the icon that you're using. I just usually leave it as
Wait, so you're talking about the as Flickie von Elfo thing in the
Yes.
corner? But it's always said that, and I've never seen this before.
Well, yeah, because you named your display name here as Flickie von Elfo, which is the same as your character's name.
Did you see Luke's character?
No, I haven't. Let's see Luke's character.
Oh,
That's
Isn't that Hedeman?
Yes, it is.
Spoiler.
Look at me, I'm getting it. All right, sorry. I just blew my own mind. Let's get back
Sorry,
to it.
to be fair, I haven't done this myself either. So yeah, here's the magnificent bastard himself.
Wait, so now you can just do this. You can just show us NPCs by doing this.
Yes,
his face is so
I
tiny.
could actually. The ones that I have in the journal.
Yeah, the ones that like matter. Yeah,
Yes.
okay,
cool.
cool.
Okay. You know
That's
what?
rad.
That's actually pretty dope.
There we go. All right.
I like that. Okay.
Once again, Flickie bumbling his way and saving the day. All right.
Do we ever appeal to?
Yeah.
I'm Forrest Gumping my way through wizardry, pretty much.
All right. So, you guys all wake up in the morning with splitting headaches for all of you. Let's see how you wake up. Tib'resh, you wake up with still in your crisscross pose, so your joints kind of need some, forceful correction on this. Flickie wakes up cradling his quiver of magical stuff at this point.
It's my new favorite thing,
Uh-huh.
other than my horse and my bird.
Sugtok wakes up with, for some reason, with Kyra kind of curled around him. And Icar wakes up and immediately bonks his head on the underside of the table because his head apparently moved at some point in the middle of the night.
Ah!
For some reason, as we're waking up, I imagine us all sitting up and hearing like that guitar riff at the beginning of Jackass things, where it's like bow, down, down. all like, "Whoa, my fucking head!"
Hi, I'm Sugtok Shattersong, and welcome to Jackass.
We find Sugtok hanging halfway through a window again.
I'm gonna kind of look down at my foot and give Kyra a little scratch on the head
With your feet?
between the ears. No, with my hand. I'm gonna reach down and.
To be
Scratch her on the
fair,
head a little.
she's not in fox form. She's in full on like kitsune form. Like she's humanoid right now. She's like 5 more minutes. But also as you're looking down, you notice that there's like a small piece of parchment just kind of tucked into like one of the folds of your outfit. And as all of you investigate yourselves, you all see something similar.
I'm gonna pat her and pull the parchment out and look at it.
By the time each of you get around to your parchments, it's just a very, very small thing that says, Silver Council meeting in the morning, Rexus.
What time is it?
What? Is there a clock? I don't have a... Kyra, what time is it?
Too loud!
Kyra, what time is it?
Bite me.
I roll over and look at my Rolex stopwatch, and I'm like, looks like it's 7:45 on Morndas or whatever. No, that's Skyrim. What's Monday called in this universe?
It's not
Monday.
Monday, because we got back on Toil Day.
Yeah, this is toil day at this point.
Wow, wait, we got really drunk last time.
Everyone make me a perception check, but apply a -10 penalty to it because of the headache and the hangover.
Is it bright outside?
You're underground. You can't tell.
Oh, fuck. All right, I don't get my +3.
17.
All right.
-4.
Oh, those are actually pretty good rolls.
That sounds pretty good.
No, wait. Perception. I forgot my perception bonus.
So, but subtract 10 from both of those.
Okay.
0.
And Flickie falls back asleep.
Everybody except Flickie catches the whiff of coffee from somewhere nearby. And following
I was wrong. Excuse me.
Following your nose, you all turn around and you just see sitting across the opium den at one of the other things is Laria sipping some coffee. Morning.
I thought you were going to say, "Hey, Fed," and I was about to be like, "No."
Hey, we didn't. This isn't the. We're not in the coffee house.
Did you bring coffee to share?
I've got some, but I'm here for the meeting in the morning.
The
Oh, God.
Silver Council meeting.
Yeah, that one. Don't worry, you're not late yet.
I bolt awake and immediately run to the bathroom.
Make me a reflex save.
Okay. Reflex.
Because again, you have to make yourself over the mess of humanity / mortality that is the party crumpled
19.
around this table. Okay, yeah. Between
I use my levitation boots to give me a little bit of air as I'm kind of hopping over.
I remind you, it's a 7-foot ceiling in here, so that's not too much.
No, I know. I just kind of go and then deactivate them and kind of go on the other side and run to the bathroom. And you hear something I'm not going to describe.
I understand, but that happens. It's like, sounds about right. I almost
pink smoke shoots out of the bathroom.
I almost missed those mad dashes he made in the morning at the coffee house. And also, tell Flickie that I got his message.
Oh, right, for the bathroom. Oh, the message that I remember sending you.
The message.
Would you mind, for my friends, explaining what it said, because I'm in the bathroom?
Well, I believe it said...
Oh, you heard that. Oh,
Yep.
wait.
No, there's no way to prove it was him.
Nah, it was, yeah. No, I'll take the fault for that
a
one.
magical burp emanated out of my oven. Who else would it be?
Yeah, that's
It
fair.
could have been one of Barzilai's pranksters.
Man doesn't strike me as a prankster.
It's
No,
a
but
new
his
form of
his
vandalism.
thugs.
Anyway, there's gonna be a council meeting. You guys have got yourself about 20 minutes to get your affairs in order. I'll see you in there, and right here are the pot and cups with the coffee in them. It should be just the right temperature by the time you all collect yourselves.
I give Tim his
You're still in
novelty
the bathroom.
tiny. Oh, I am. You're right. You're right.
Pay attention.
And I wouldn't bring Tim in with me. I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
To be fair, Tim is intelligent enough to decline to join you.
But I mean, if I told him to come in, he'd have to listen to me. He's my familiar. So just saying.
Pretty much. He hangs around. He's not always that close.
I've smelled that before.
My God, I came into this world when he was wishing for me on the
There are
toilet.
things you can't unsmell.
He was only 40 years old, but a babe.
Anyway, that's an old fucking
I meant like
bird.
young person, not like
Anyway.
whatever. Whatever. All right.
Anyway, we'll see you guys in there. She leaves.
All right. Well, I'm gonna before I drink coffee and after I wipe, I'm gonna slug as much water as I can so I don't have any negatives in my fucking meeting.
Yeah, some coffee sounds great.
Well, there is a decanter and several cups of cups laying around with coffee, and a handful of scones, enough for about 2 or 3 for each of you.
I take one.
We have
Tib'resh takes the one that Flickie wasn't going to eat and also takes 2 others.
As Sugtok starts standing up, there's suddenly a pain in his wrist as he looks down and he sees Kyra kind of grabbing the wrist and like moving it off. He's like, "Don't even think about it." And
Yeah,
she kind of like disentangles herself from you. Mainly, it's the tail underneath you somehow. And stands up and goes and gets herself some coffee as she shifts into her human form.
Dude, that fucking every time I hear that, I just think about when we found the fucking clue and it went like fucking that was legendary.
I may have, while editing that episode, have redone that, like replayed that like 25 times in a row just because it was hilarious.
No, that's perfect. Dude, this Russia shit is fucking crazy.
We have 20 minutes until the meeting.
Ish.
And it's taking place downstairs?
It's basically just down the hall from you. You know, let me scoot
Oh, because we are downstairs.
Let me put you guys on the Lucky Bones map just to remind you of how this is laid out. It's everything loads.
We're now, from now on, we're going to tell people it's called the Lucky Bones because of my experience with the Pirate Queen, because we got so lucky because of the bone. We get to create our own legend.
But yeah, up here, the opium den's right here, and the council meetings are happening in the former high stakes gambling room over here.
These are
all of our old tokens, just like fucking laying around.
They should be updated.
Well, no, if you go to the bottom left, there's like us when we were fighting or talking to the water demon
but all
guy.
the numbers on it are the same.
No, not on mine.
No, they're not.
Okay, I don't know why. Well, my
Mine's
tokens are
also
updated.
It's me losing track of which ones are tokens that I copy pasted and which ones are dragged directly from the journal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but again, it's just down in that L-shaped hall.
Smoke 101 L's. All right.
Tib'resh is going to find a quiet room and sip his coffee and get his meditation in. Just a quick recentering after the craziness of last night.
It takes a little bit to focus past the weird buzzing that you're hearing.
God, jeez, what is that?
It's me behind him going.
Flickie casts message just to fuck with you.
Is there a way Icar could use his portable alchemy lab to whip up a hangover remedy, or at least something that'll help make it not so incredibly difficult to focus?
Make me an alchemy. Out a double hash brown smothered, covered, and chunked, and we're all like, "Oh my god!"
Make me an alchemy check.
Okay.
I always forget you can do cool potion shit.
Yes, you're able to whip up something. You give it the name ginger ale.
Bro, I literally just drank an entire bottle of fucking ginger ale before we started, bro.
Seagrams.
I'm more of a Canada Dry guy myself, but I asked Scarlett for ginger ale, and it's my fault for not clarifying.
That's fair.
Yeah, so Icar whips up, the greatest hangover cure. General Tso's chicken and some ginger ale.
Although Schweppes, though, that's some shit. Baby.
I've created the best solution. I call it Pedialyte.
I actually like Canada Dry.
It's delicious, but why is it kind of slimy? Oh, but wait, I can feel myself not being hungover anymore. Light shines out of my eyes like fucking. the hangover just dissipates like it's an anime game. Like,
Was he able to make enough for all of us?
Icar, can I have one?
Did he want to? Is the
I
next
want to
question.
do that.
How much? How much is this going to cost me in reagents? If
I'll pay you
less-
for whatever.
If it's less than 10 gold, then yeah, there should be enough to make for everybody.
Yes, it's not going to be that much because it's not magical.
Right. It's just the power of science.
He turns around and
nice,
throws
baby.
Coca-Cola and a splash of Sprite, and he's like, ginger ale! Bum, ba-da-da!
We all give him a stick of ginger. Flickie and I give him like magic fingers.
It's like
Alchemy concocting.
stick of ginger and 7 cloves. Man, this thing is pungent.
Thank you very much, Icar.
You're welcome.
We really needed this. I'm gonna go back. To
So I see that there's only 6 barrels at this table and surrounding benches. Is that literally how it is, or is that just like a map visual representation?
The map is a static thing.
Okay, so
The
we
table-
get the
the ta-
table, everyone else around us.
The table and chairs came with the
See, but
map.
that doesn't make sense.
You guys have adjusted since then.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so we have like a well set up room in there to have meetings in.
Yes, to be fair.
well
But
set up
to
in
be
the
fair,
sense that it's
the
not
benches
barrels
are
on, like,
still there
logs.
just in case. You guys don't all have to be sitting around the war room table or anything like that. But it's just
Alright, cool.
down here. It was already set up for a table with a lot of chairs, and it just made sense to default to that as the council room for when you guys meet every couple of weeks.
Also, really quick, just retroactive. I left Lemon the lemur with Big Sebastian,
Lemon the lemur.
Yeah, and all
and I
the,
have him kind of tucked away where he can't really be seen
All
because I know
the nuts-
exotic animals are.
all the nuts
Yeah,
is still,
all
all
the
the
nuts.
nuts
I
is still
feed
in your
him
beard.
nuts.
Yeah, he's still in
Just-
your beard.
All the time, I am about every 15 minutes. I'm shuffling a miscellaneous nut from the like 10 pounds I bought.
You're going to
Did he-
kill him.
Did he get drunk at all though with all
Yeah,
the beer
with
that
all
you
the
were
beer.
spilling in your?
That's what I was thinking.
To be fair, Sugtok
All
was
the
rolling
nuts
well
out is
enough
like-
that he wasn't. Sugtok was rolling well enough that he didn't spill much.
Oh,
He-
nice.
Hey, remember, he's Ulfin. He's like, he's used to this stuff,
It's a sport.
practically.
Skjal.
But
All right, so
soon
what now?
soon the 20 minutes are up and it's time for the meeting.
Tib'resh finds that he is actually only able to eat one scone in spite of the fact that he is could have eaten many more.
I lean over and go, remember to brush a moment on the lip, a lifetime on the head.
Bro, I could eat an entire cow and have it fully digested and not gain a pound.
Also-
my body is fucking perfect.
So
Question.
where does all that mass go? Do you just wind up like
He turns it into
the next
magic.
after the next 3 or 4 days you shit out an entire cow?
It was a metaphor. I was being colorful.
Allow me
question.
to
It
allow
is
me
a
to ex-
masterpiece, but you remember the other orc's hair?
Okay,
What?
this is sounding much more like a sober group conversation. It sounds like we're ready for council meeting.
I was about to say, before we start the council meeting, this is my question. So, since I don't want it to just be like a table in the middle of the room with 6 barrels, how did we design our conference room? Because we are the leaders of the
How did you
rebellion.
design your conference room?
How do
Because
you
I
want,
think-
how do you want to have designed it?
So, well, I'm going to ask you guys a question. So, so this door right here is we obviously we don't want our backs to that because we're the leaders. We don't want someone kicking in the door and stabbing us in the back. That's just design 101. So we should be on this side of the room. Maybe in I'm not going to draw a dick. I swear to God, just let me do this. I know I have to preface this, but I'm serious. So we should kind of have a table kind of along the back wall.
At least he's self-aware.
Well, I literally just thought about doing it, and I was like, no, I promised. But we should have a table kind of along the back wall where the 5 of us sit, because I'm including Kyra, I guess, right? And then we have what are these white blocks that are highlighted in the walls, right?
Those are the revealed secret doors throughout the complex.
Okay, so we need to leave that one open just in case. But then we have not just bullshit ass benches, but kind of tables and shit around the room where our advisors can sit. How does that sound? So that way we're against the wall, not at risk of ambush, and all of us can see everyone in the room.
To be fair, that table's 13 feet long and 3 feet wide, so you could fit a pretty well-sized, American family Thanksgiving around around that table.
Yeah, but like I feel like we should be talking to a room. You know what I mean?
Hold on, Garrett has something.
Like, if the X's are us, it's this kind of curved table, but
So-
it extends a lot fucking further outwards.
so-
I thought
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like a...
So you guys want to
This
buy
is-
a Prophecy gaming table from Wormwood?
That sounds expensive.
It's hella expensive.
But okay, so let me get rid of all these. Or okay, I don't know how to get rid of these.
Click on it and then hit the delete key.
Yeah, I figured. Slight
Click
curve,
on it
not
and then
like
hit the-
round table.
Or click on it, right click, and then select delete from the menu.
Wait, but how do I?
Right click on the
Oh,
line.
but do I have to be in the draw tool?
No,
No.
the select tool. Select the tool,
Select.
and then pan
Okay.
over your line, and it'll turn into the 4-way arrow.
Oh,
Zoom in if you
I'll
need
figure
to.
this out later. You keep talking. I'll figure this out.
Yeah, I won't do it so you can get the practice. But you guys have arranged for a more bulbous table that has some more seating area around it, and have removed some of the extra benches from the room, which have found their use
Oh,
elsewhere
goddamn it.
throughout the complex. But when you get in there,
Oh, I can just hit backspace.
or that, yes. But when you get in there, the other members of the council that are there are Octavio, Laria, and Rexus.
I figured it out. Okay. Thanks for the help. Sorry.
Welcome. We're all learning new things about Roll20.
What would it take to bring Victor Cora back into a House of Power?
Who's Victor Cora again?
That's Rexus's last name.
Breakfast.
Oh.
Well,
They're all dead except for him.
right.
Which
I
is
don't think-
which is a major speed bump in the thing. He doesn't exactly have a house right now, both
He's just a dude.
title wise and literally.
I mean, title-wise, he hasn't been, he hasn't been removed from the Council of Coin, has he? There's an empty seat, but there's still a seat.
The Court of Coin still has not met, by the way.
Yeah, that's kind of a and that's another speed bump. Two
Okay.
speed bumps.
Thank you for your
Didn't realize
chest.
that.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Didn't realize I was nipping out. My
All
bad.
this.
Oh, I look like a goblin. Ah.
He's
Oh,
going
that-
goblin
Oh,
mode.
that's getting censored.
Oh yeah, fucking nipples can't be on the internet, huh?
Female nipples, but I'm not sure how many people are going to be offended by. Oh my God, he's not wearing a shirt. How so very dare he?
Oh, I mean they already know that, but yeah.
Yeah, I know, but you haven't really drawn attention to it to that degree since before. Anyway. As you come in, Octavia's sitting there. Morning.
Morning.
Oh, he's already in the room, like when we enter.
Yeah, you guys are. You overslept and had to rush through your morning routine, and then you're here.
I go sit over by him and show him a cool little wizard magic trick.
Morning to you too. Yeah. I've already said my morning.
You could just say hello.
What? But then I'd be boring. I'm a wizard.
Just because you have magic does not
morning.
mean you need to use it every minute of every day. There is such a thing as too much.
See, and that's where
morning.
you are wrong. But I appreciate your input, and I value you as a team member.
You're not upset because we've had the torrent armigers sort of on standby for the past couple weeks.
It's not exactly a
Are you?
matter of them being on standby. I've been keeping them busy with tasks around here because, quite frankly, staying down here all the time, I need to find ways to keep myself busy as well.
It's
consider-
better than our previous lodgings.
True, but considering the proclamation that me and mine are outlaws, we try not to go upstairs, as it were, for any extended length of time.
Okay.
Yeah. And Rexus is there, and Rexus has in front of him stacks and stacks of paper that Flickie actually recognizes relatively intimately, and the rest of you recognize as the Silver Raven documents that you guys were decoding in the early days of your rebellion.
What's the progress on these, Rexus?
You guys finished them like months
Oh, we
ago.
did. Why do you have these in front of you still?
Well, because I've been doing some research, because I'm not sure how much of this passed through your half of the translations, but I've been researching because in these papers, there's something that can help us with one of our current problems concerning the Menador Gap. And at that, Flickie, roll me an intelligence check.
Intelligence check. Intelligence is +7. I got a 24.
You do remember going through the translations and decodings that Menador was discussed a couple of times, but only in passing. Apparently Rexus got the meat of any discussion about it. Yes. Anyway, so one of our plans for securing the region is closing the Menador Gap to close off the most viable land route between the Chelish Heartlands and Ravounel. Because if we can cut off any sort of reinforcements that Barzillai might acquire or request, if we can close that off, they're either going to have to go the long way around and through Nidal, which is its own set of political mess, or all the way south and around following the Inner Sea, which is also lengthy and easy to spot. And also, the Glorious Reclamation is apparently causing great strides in their movement on the outskirts of the Heartlands, so they'd be more engaged in combat with them there. But I wasn't able to come up with an idea of my own for how we deal with the keep at Menador, but apparently the original Ravens had an idea.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do what?
Oh, I'm talking to my cat. I didn't realize I wasn't muted.
Go
I'm sorry.
on.
Okay. So apparently, the keep itself, Menador Keep, is a very, very ancient dwarven structure from the Age of Darkness, thousands of years ago. And the original Ravens did some research that during the construction of the keep, there was an artifact inside that they called the Anvil of Unmaking, which, based on their research, was meant as a failsafe to collapse the keep to prevent their enemies from using the pass. But evidently they never had a cause to use it in their time, and since then, Cheliax has just been using it as an established choke point in the gap.
When you say thousands of years old...
Yes, the Age of Darkness, which... make me a knowledge history.
Because yeah, right now it's sounding like there's a anvil we can...
History is not really my subject.
I can see that. All right.
Age of Dark, not ringing any bells. Sorry.
Okay, so 10,000 years ago, Earthfall happened, where the Starstone fell from the sky, massive cataclysm, destruction, almost the entire world over. The Age of Darkness are the several thousand years after that, while society began to rebuild itself. So this is at least 8,000 years old.
Okay.
Dwarven made, so, holds up very well.
Why would they have an anvil to destroy the place?
Like you said, it's a
failsafe.
If you have a very important pass that's connecting two territories that you want to control, and you lose control of one of those territories, you could always use the anvil to collapse the pass and prevent your enemies from following you. Sort of a Pyrrhic victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Yes, they also suggest the possibility of an earthquake spell, but that's far beyond even anything Flickie is capable of casting at the moment. And I'm also not even sure one would acquire that spell right now.
We could come up with something.
Yes, but how good is your knowledge of engineering to be able to correctly place an earthquake to cause the complete destruction of the keep?
I mean,
engineering is not really my subject.
I've been known to be able to blow shit up.
The anvil, you don't set it off with a hammer?
It simply says that the Anvil of Unmaking is a failsafe implemented by the ancient dwarves. I have no further insight into how it works.
Kyra, exactly how powerful would someone need to be to cast an earthquake spell?
Let's let Luke check the fucking spell level before he says anything.
Would I not be the one that would know that? Or I guess she does magic too. That's true.
Well, yeah, but you know, I'm involved in my
I'm sorry. Flickie couldn't even do it anyway. It's a cleric and druid spell.
Damn! I can't get earthquake. What? How is I get druid move like can do stuff with the earth, but cleric?
If you're worshiping an earth god.
God, could you please, could you please split the earth open right now? Thanks.
Fine. I digress.
It's also a level 8 spell, so you need to be you need to be level 15 to fucking cast that thing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to accidentally like make the monkey's paw curl once I get wish.
Alrighty then.
I think you can wait. I think you really should wait. Please do not initiate monkey's paw curling.
Yes. The other concern about Menador, Octavio pipes up, is the fact that it's, according to all of our estimates, it's a 220-mile trek down the Ravounel road to get there, which is 2 weeks at the best. That's an entire month round trip. And for the record, Luke has done the math. I'm not wrong.
No, I believe you. We were gone for about a week, a little bit more than a week, to secure this alliance with Vire. And the city hasn't collapsed while we've been gone, but this is different. This is much longer.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, Barzillai seems to be busy right now. He's busy planning that Ruby masquerade that you've heard the folks in town going on about.
When is that?
According to some of the invitations that I've seen, he has yet to announce the actual date of it. So it's probably the invitations are going out, but there's no solid date. So I would say sometime within maybe the next couple of months. This way people have time to get their outfits and whatnot together.
I don't know why he's banned any outfits that would actually, turn eyes.
This is all I've got right now. So
they have to get their chastity locks outfitted.
But either way,
wait, what?
But either way, it seems like Barzillai's going full in on this masquerade, and people are talking around town about how he's trying to push it forward as a peace offering to the city. Apparently, one of the things is he's going to announce changes or possibly even a complete, cancellation of the curfew as well.
Okay, hold up. Why?
I'm telling you what I've heard around town. Like you said, you've been out of town for about a week.
Hey,
what could have changed in I'm sorry for my tone, Laura. I'm just confused as to what could have changed in a week.
How heavy is security going to be night of the event?
I don't know.
It's gonna have the biggest names in town, so I imagine it's going to be pretty tight.
Are there going to be big names from other towns, such as hot pirate queens that have recently made alliances with us?
Do you think
maybe
basement security might be a little lax?
Well, isn't the point from my end?
Sugtok, don't even start with stealth.
If I were Barzillai and I were throwing this sort of gala, this is to cement his control of the city. So I don't think he would invite anyone that he doesn't know personally.
Does he not know? Because isn't Vire a city of Cheliax by law technically? So wouldn't Barzillai know the people there?
It's not ruled by a Thrun directly. Barzillai is he's more likely to invite Queen Abergrail as his, second or third cousin.
Based on the what Laurie just told you about trying to offer it as a peace offering to the city, he is Lord Mayor of Kintargo, which is pretty much the only thing he is supposed to be caring about.
Okay, let's focus back on this past. So earthquake out of the question.
Yeah, you can focus on the past. If it's a month there and back, that gives us in town plenty of time to learn more about this masquerade.
Yeah, I think that's probably what we'll be giving you orders to do. Is to learn more about this masquerade.
We did kind of have a play and run it set of instructions for our rebellion. Go out, do these things.
This is you guys working on Laria's step 3, which is the regional support.
Do we know how well garrisoned the fortress at the pass is?
I've been to Menador Keep a couple of times myself. It's not a large structure by any point, and I think at most they only ever had, 24 individuals there, mostly rank and file.
So, maybe a company's worth of soldiers?
Give or take. I'm not sure how the reclamation is changing things right now, but I just imagine that they're going to be a bit jumpier with the security. Although that might just be from the Heartlands side. I'm gonna scoot you guys back on over to the Kintargo map because we can look at the Ravounel map over here to see what I'm talking about. Excuse me.
Excuse me. Swallowed something down the wrong pipe. My bad.
You can't
There's
breathe.
the keep. There's the forest.
Fluid.
There's Nadal.
I love the way Ace Ozzy is spelled. I literally could never have guessed that.
Yeah, I know. And you have no idea how long it took me to settle on the pronunciation of that.
I mean, that's what I would have settled on. But man, dude,
I know, right?
Look at this. It's only like 40 feet away.
Are we ever gonna go to White Rock, or is that just knowledge that it's nearby? Actually, don't tell me that.
I mean, like White Rock is where the Jhalteros run their stone quarries. So unless you guys want to come with me and look at stone all day,
Rock and stone.
I'm always down to get stoned with you.
White Rock is the largest. White Rock is the largest settlement on the Ulubulus. Technically, it spans the river. It's one of those things where it's got half the city bridge, other half the city. But it's the largest settlement.
I'd say we could visit White
river.
Rock on our way to the keep, but it's not really in the right direction. Is there a river crossing further south where we could cross to get on the other side?
It'd have to be because it's a quarry shipping to. I'm assuming not only Kintargo.
Hold on. Let me look at something here. And Rexus pulls out a map of Ravounel and lays it on the table and starts pointing out things and says, "Okay, so I think the quickest way would just be to follow the Ravounel Road, which follows the Ulubulus River pretty much all the way to its source down there at the base of the mountains. So that would be about 2.5 days to White Rock. Another 3.5 days, give or take, to Kurthia Village. Another 3.5 days to get to Combrink. 3 to 4 days to reach the Oak Rib Inn. And then another 3 days through the pass to the keep."
We should stay at the Oak Rib. I've always heard that it's ribbed for your pleasure.
Make me a knowledge local check.
Oh, I thought you were going to say make me like a joke check. All right.
What was after White Rock?
Plus 13.
Kurthia Village.
27.
You actually have heard of the Oak Rib Inn. It's kind of... I hesitate to use the word touristy, but that's kind of what the point was, because it's the last stop on the road before you head into the Heartlands, and the first stop on the road on your way into Ravounel. So it has
Helen.
So it has set the Oak Rib Inn has basically set itself up as a place that serves good Ravounel food, good Chelish Heartlands food, and basically so you can get, depending on which way you're going, you can get a small taste of what you're heading into.
Or what you're leaving behind, so you can get that last little bit of... Okay.
Or that. But it's also...
It's a very homey inn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's also... You guys know when you're like heading like into the mountains or whatnot, then you'll see the gas station that says last gas station for 100 miles.
Jesus.
It's like that, because as Oak Rib Inn ends, and then the Menador Mountains start up, and the road kind of happens.
And then it was how far from there to what and the keep?
Kintargo to White Rock 2.5 days.
Okay, hold on. Luke, why don't you just type this in?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh,
a
yeah,
sec.
I was just looking after the Oak Rib Inn. It was like 3 days into the mountains.
How about this? How about this? Here is what This does not include my little arrows in between, but that's pretty much the space between points on the map.
Okay. Are we going on another bro venture?
This one's longer than the one to and from Aces Ozzy.
Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I
that's-
fucking live for this shit.
So just rounding up on days.
Grand total,
Week
though,
period.
those days equal out to. That's 2 weeks, I believe.
Yeah, 2 weeks, and then plus 3 days to the keep. So 3 weeks total travel just to and from the keep. One.
That's not counting what we'd be doing at the keep.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably safe that for the days that are half days, we would want to round that up.
Yep.
I feel
So,
like it doesn't make sense.
Week for the first, week for the second, and then 3 to the keep. So to and from the keep is another week.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mark on the map these places where I
Month
have
and a
these
week of
towns and
travel.
stuff. So hold on.
Okay, I mean, you can mark them as we visit them later, or you can mark them now. Either way is fine. This can be our summary travel map. I already
This
picked
is
our
our travel itinerary.
travel token.
I saw.
Boys, we only have half a day in Kurthia Village. Get all your shopping done. See the sights. Get a sample of the.
Would it be
biggest
faster
cheese
to
ball
take
in
a river barge?
Perhaps on the way back, but you'd be heading upriver, heading south.
Well, yes, but we could. I'm sure there's got to be some sort of magic we could use to travel against the current. Flickie, do you know any magic that we could use to travel against the river current?
Travel against the river current?
Yeah, like some magic we could use to propel the boat that we have.
That's what I'm thinking. Let me look.
If not, it's fine. We
No,
might
you're
just
good.
reserve the barge for the way back.
Yeah.
Depending on how this goes, we may need to be hauling ass back anyway.
Yeah, it looks as though I can't help us.
And
All right, yep, out of luck.
Well, what is your magic even good for?
Blowing holes in walls and seducing pirate queens.
To be fair, you didn't use.
Oh
magic
wait,
for
no, that was just my brain, bitch.
Luke, how fast can 4 bottlenose dolphins travel at max speed?
I love that question. It's so out of fucking nowhere.
I swear, like if
Why would
if
Luke
he
throw
had the
that?
ability to boot you out of the game just temporarily, just to
Um,
punish you,
Well, I
Like a
was
5-minute
trying-
ban.
I was
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
think of ways that we could move quickly underwater, and I can spellkin summon animals to summon a bunch of level
I
0
mean, I can
bottlenose
move
dolphins.
quickly underwater. I don't need you for
How-
that, baby.
Swim
How-
speed 80 feet. Holy crap!
No, almost
So-
as fast as me.
So we get 1 dolphin
How long do
of the
those
like
dolphins
15 that are getting summoned, and we kind of grab onto its dorsal fin and just coast dolphin rider through the river to where we're going.
last? Okay, but
a
summon-
dolphin is
summon-
mountable.
Can we jet ski our dolphins?
To be fair, dolphins are medium-sized creatures, so they're about as big as most of you, which might be a problem for Tib'resh. And also all of Sugtok's armor and weapons.
Oh, I'll put it in the bag.
Well, I don't need a dolphin because I have the
Yeah,
manta
you
ray
can just
cloak,
manta
so
ray and
you
have
can just
a
use
herd
another
of
dolphin
dolphins
for
with your
extra
friend
pulling.
well, giving yourself a swim speed does not propel you. Ultimately, he's still going to get tired because he's still the one swimming.
And also, you would be swimming against the current, so 80 feet would be a little misleading and probably even out to about 65.
Well, then let's just say fuck all this underwater math and let's just fucking on the road again.
And also, I think Icar's had his fill of the water for a while.
That's
I
fair.
have had
Oh yeah,
my
Tib'resh
fill of the
hates
water.
sea travel as well.
Yeah, if we could just not go down the fucking river, that would be great.
We might need to take it back the way there.
Now, to be fair, the Ravounel road does pretty much follow along the entire western bank of the Ulubalus, pretty much all the way.
Let's just
And
walk.
Can we cast? No, it wouldn't matter.
I will let you know that even any of your bardy marching stuff probably wouldn't affect anything because, based on previous experience, you guys are going with a horse and cart.
But if we go with a horse and cart and we have to bail down the river, what the fuck about the horse and cart?
Are Big Sebastian and Deuce both well trained enough that they would come home?
Big Sebastian is. I don't know about your fucking horse.
You bought Deuce, technically.
Hey, but he's yours, baby. I bought him for you.
Oh god, I wish I had known that 3 months ago. Deuce is just like a skeleton.
Yeah, you're like, I haven't been feeding him. I fucking
didn't know.
hate you, Sugtok.
I didn't know.
How long have you? Who's been feeding Big Sebastian while you've been gone?
Deuce was feeding.
I actually remember that. Before we left, I filled up. I put like 3 bags of feed in, and I was like, "Don't eat all this dipshit." And then we left for a week, so he's good to go.
So he ate all the
that
food
and
in
a
one
giant,
day.
like
Yeah,
horse
I'm
hamster
sorry.
water dispenser.
Yeah, but I mean, we got apple trees in the little the fenced-in area out back where I keep him, and they fall probably once every 22 minutes. You know, so he got to snack.
Apparently, Dillon has planted a Minecraft tree.
Hey, dude, table talk. I know this is a game, but like, I just want my horse not to die when I'm out of town for a week.
No, I understand.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right.
It's
Not
one of
back
those
up.
things when you put up an animal at the stables, part of the fee for housing them there is feed.
Okay, cool. All right. So God has been feeding my horse while we're gone.
I kinda realized-
Technically, it's a stable hand named Sven, but pretty much yes.
Nice. Tim, you are.
Sorry, I just realized. Sorry, I just realized the other day because I was worrying about my job, and then I realized I was playing, Persona, and I was like, oh wait, it's a part-time job, and it's just like when I show up, I can make money.
Which, to be fair,
It's
is kind of
not-
what I've been basing your entire thing with Ruba off
Yeah,
of
it's not
anyway.
incredibly important.
Does it make
that I
more
don't
sense
show
Shout
now?
out contact.
Hey, do you need
Contact
help?
on
She's
gravity.
like, yeah.
Over the course of an entire year, I've showed up to work 4 times.
And you always show up like cut and like bruised, and you smell like shit. And she's like, "What's up, man?" But
What else? So we've still got the rest of this meeting,
yeah.
but we know 5 weeks travel.
Because it's 2 weeks there, a week there, 2 weeks back. Or like 2 weeks to get there, however many days to
3
get our
days
shit
to the
done.
keep, however long it takes at the keep, 3 days and 4 weeks back.
All right, so we're gonna be gone for a while, but let's circle back to this.
And again, similar to Vire, rebellion actions can happen normally while you guys are out. We're just going to assume that you leave detailed instructions ahead of time. Or when he hits level 5, Flickie can pick up the sending spell, and then he's basically got Twitter.
Hey, man.
Yeah, it worked for
Sounds
Laura
like
Bailey.
another power to grossly abuse.
Did you see Laura Bailey in Critical Role Campaign 2? Jesus, fish.
No, I have not.
Sending is magical and a curse. Garrett's not wrong.
All right, so who else has words at this gathering of ravens?
Well, primarily, primary reason that we got this together is that Rexus, in his spare time, when he hasn't been dealing with the construction upstairs, has been sifting through these old Raven notes to see if there was anything important, and lo and behold, apparently their plans for Menador Keep were, written down. They were just never in a position to use them.
I understand that our best bet is to destroy the keep and collapse the pass because there's really no hope in our trying to garrison it. I don't know, I'm concerned. Even if there's only a few people there, it would be best if we got everyone out of the keep before we collapsed it.
Clearly you don't go in there first thing and then just use this anvil. However, clearly you gotta.
Obviously, you don't know how we
Right.
operate.
But I mean, we can think on the way there. I'm just trying to think of a reason why we would be there, because they're not just going to let us walk in, right?
What were their plans?
I mean, they probably intended to break in, and I guess we could try to do that.
There, as far as what the Ravens did, they learned about the dwarves' use of the fortress thousands of years ago, and the inclusion of the Anvil of Unmaking as a failsafe. And the original Ravens thought, if we need to close off the route to the Heartlands, that seems like the easiest and quickest way to do it. But they were never in a strong enough position to sally forth and actually attempt to do so. You guys are, by everyone's estimation of the situation. Especially with the Heartlands distracted with the glorious reclamation.
A bunch of dudes are cleaning out a gigantic bong for resin, and they're all like, "Glorious reclamation!"
That sounded exactly like the Monarch, and it's just making me laugh even more.
I love these so
As much
great.
as I hate the idea of using, the Jhaltero family in a false pretense, I mean, maybe
We're not using them; they're helping us.
I'm just saying, we could go under the guise of trying to expand the network. Maybe they're
Or-
able to sell some rocks to.
Or, oh, wait, you mean get them in on it with us?
Just
Like
as far
tell
as,
them
like,
the
having
truth, and then we have like a wait. Okay, what are you saying? Because I feel like you realize those are Icar's parents. We should just tell them the truth, right?
No, it's not about lying to them. I just mean as far as having a reason to go to the keep without.
No.
We're
But-
heroes.
For customs?
No, but I think you're on the right track. But I don't think Father is the one to go to for that. If we were to go to someone
lady.
who's concerned about architecture,
And also, you are
The
aware,
lady, right?
yeah, you are
Yeah,
aware
we
that your family does have some quarries in the mountain foothills.
right? But if there's anyone who would have some idea of how to get us in, it would either be Baroness Belcara Jarvis. I mean, Count Tennyson would help, but he wouldn't help us. I don't, I think going to Count Tennyson's probably a bad idea. But Baroness Jarvis might be, but we've already asked her for a favor, helping us build the cabaret club on top of the, hideout.
Why don't we just Sugtok von Elfo this, go in there fucking guns blazing, evacuate the fucking place, blow it off the side of the fucking cliff, and, I put on sunglasses as I say this, cut them off at the pass.
Where?
You got to be careful doing the yas, Dillon. Those are still
Oh,
loud
my
on your
bad.
end.
Yeah, sorry.
Where's the anvil?
We don't know. Do we? Do we know
There
where
it
the hell
is.
It's in the fortress.
Rexus is able to dig up one more detail that the anvil is apparently an artifact that was sacred to Torag, so religious iconography is probably a good sign.
Might be in a temple of sorts.
The Temple of
For
Doom!
His symbols.
Knowledge religion, by the way.
Are we all allowed to make the check?
Well, I've mentioned the deity's name. We're trying to see what you know about him.
Ooh, 31.
Garrett, just picture everything you know about Torag from talking with Ekundayo in Kingmaker.
Awesome.
But yeah, I got a 31. Do I know anything cool?
And Harem. What'd you get, Dillon?
31.
Yeah, Torag is the dwarven god, the father of creation, very lawful good type of protection, structure, community type thing.
Okay, I turn to the crew and I go, imagine your most, one of the most noble, upstanding gods that you believe in is that's him for dwarves.
He's the Forge Master's god.
I decide to elf-splain it to them.
It's good.
But probably a reason why his artifact is an anvil.
Oh, yeah, there we go. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying.
Do I,
Yes, I do believe I know what you are saying.
with the 31, does he know anything specifically about?
That I could use to, like,
Yeah,
help, or
or
is this just a
special
passing
for
conversation point? And it's
This is
not
a
super
passing
important?
conversation just to say, Torag, oh yeah, the dwarf god. Yeah, I know a few things
Okay,
about
cool.
him.
Let's keep going. Well, I have imparted my knowledge. Okay, so... oh, dude, a massive brain fart. Someone else tag in. I'm tagging out.
Okay. I think we should leave fairly quickly.
Me too.
Probably not today. It'll take 2 days probably to arrange to get the cart, to get the necessary
I have a cart.
supplies that we're gonna need.
Kyra,
You have an uncovered
Kyra
cart.
chimes up here. It's like, don't forget about my fruit stash. I think I can create enough food a day to keep us, satiated on the roads. We don't need to worry too much about provisions.
Dude, talk
No, but we
about a
should-
motherfucking NPC. Fucking
But we
kudos.
should have provisions in case something happens, or in case we run into people on the road who need provisions.
We're traveling with a man who's half pig. If it gets too serious, we can, figure something out.
Are you suggesting that you eat the pig?
No, he's suggesting that we eat Sugtok.
Well,
I'd like
we
for him
we
to
turn
try.
him into a pig, and then we... You know what? Never mind. All right. Let's keep going.
Yeah, it's getting very Willow in here.
What is today? Today is
Toil day.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yesterday was toil day.
Yesterday was toil day.
No, this is toil day. All that drinking happened the night you got back on Moon Day evening.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So this is toil day. Okay. If we leave on Oath Day morning,
Is that Wednesday?
Thursday.
Okay.
we would get to White Rock on Sunday evening, if I understand this correctly.
Well, second, I've got a calendar directly below this map. So if you leave on the 31st in the morning, that's a day. That's 2 days. No, that would be Saturday evening. As far as I'm doing with the map, I'm still doing the American thing of Sunday's the first day on the map and Saturday's the last day on the map.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but like if we leave on Oath Day in the morning, we would have 1 day to Fire Day morning, 1 day to Star Day morning, 1 day to.
Right.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
it would be sometime late Star Day. Okay. Okay.
And you can,
I
and you can stay
say-
at the family's winter lodge.
And all of these half days, we already we're gonna get there in the afternoon. stay the rest of the
It's
night.
similar to the way
Wake
that
up the next
the boat
morning
trip
and
to Vire was a day and a half, so you got there around dinner time on the second day.
You little goofball. Look at you. Stop biting me. Ow!
Apparently, okay, Dillon is being attacked by the cat.
I'm good now.
So,
Fuck, dude.
when do we want to leave?
Oath Day
Thursday.
morning.
Or Oath Day. What is that, 2 days from now?
So the rest of today, the following day to prepare, and then leave on the third day.
Sounds good. There were no other pressing issues?
I don't have any.
As far as does anyone else at the council have anything to bring up?
Nope.
Is Miolari here?
She's not.
Okay, then Icar will ask. He'll ask what Miss Doker's been up to. I noticed that she's not here. She hasn't said anything.
To be fair, Hedeman's not here either. Both of them have public related things they have to be doing out in town, especially since since Lady Doker is supposed to be holed up in her school right now.
Well, no, I mean that makes sense. But if
I believe
if
she's.
this is a meeting of the Silver Council and they're not here, I'm assuming they have nothing to report at least.
To the point, I believe Hedeman has been a bit busy because people have started to make additional requests for masquerade attire.
Right. I'm sure Miolari is probably training her girls to be
That's
serving
fine.
at the.
That's my assumption in some way, shape, or form. But with luck, we'll have more information about this by the time you return.
That would be useful.
As a matter of fact, I'll make sure that that my armigers are out there, hitting the streets.
Well, I was hoping to talk with Miss Doker and convince her to try to get some of her esteemed students into, roles working at the banquet. I don't know how hard that would be, but it would be nice to have a few people on the inside while we're there.
That would be out of character. That would be a discussion for earlier, closer to actual, when you have a solid date.
Okay, that's fine.
But it's a good idea. Well, I'll get back to you on that.
And I mean, of course, Rexus, as long as the Court of Coin hasn't met, as long as they continue to not meet, they can't remove the Victicora seat from the court until they have a full session. And, hopefully by the time that they intend to do so, we'll be able to do something for you.
It would be most appreciated, but for the time being, I'm kept busy enough here, and I've got a significantly larger roof over my head right now, so I'm managing for the time being. Just part of me wishes it wasn't in old Kintargo, but beggars and choosers, am I right?
What's wrong with old Kintargo? Okay, never mind. You know what? I agree with you. There's like a smell in this district.
Yes, it's shit and mud.
What I'm talking about.
I mean, you hang out with Sugtok all day, you must recognize it.
No, I mean, Tib'resh, you sleep here. You know what it smells like.
Yeah, but there are beautiful parts of the town, too. It's, the architecture is fantastic.
Yes, it is.
Whether or not something is beautiful and whether or not it stinks are not mutually exclusive.
Just like Sugtok.
For the rest of the day, do not smell this finger.
For the rest of the day, don't smell any of these fingers.
Sugtok's like, I was playing around in the dirt earlier.
All right. Well, if we have nothing else to discuss,
I have one final point on this whole Menador situation. Considering how far it is from the city, any sort of things any of our teams might be able to do against them would probably not be a viable option. Which is Luke's way of saying that you can't use covert actions or sabotage things or secure caches near Menador.
I'm assuming not unless we grab a couple teams and stuff them on the wagon with us.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. I'm just saying, as one of the things, outside the city walls, the rebellion actions for, sabotaging and stuff are not viable options for Menador.
We do have a small army.
Well, yeah, I am curious about that. Is there a way to set up a network should we be visiting other towns in the future? Or is that something that we could build into? Or is it something that would even matter?
Tib'resh, the focus is Kintargo.
Yeah.
Once the city is free, I think we can focus on freeing the rest of the duchy. Even if we want to. I mean, some people that may not be the goals of everyone here at the Silver Council.
That's... Octavia starts to say something, was trying to find the right words, and Laria perks up and says, that would be step 5, boys, and we don't touch step 5 until step 4 is finished. And step 4 is taking back the city from Barzillai. We gotta get through that first, because otherwise the future's too nebulous to make any sort of plans.
That is fair.
What part of step 3 are we on right now?
Well, if you'll scroll down below the Kintargo city map, I've helpfully laid it out for you.
How very helpful and informative.
What's our play brochure for this thing? Wait.
Cha-check, and next.
Oh, this is the last part of step 3. Fucking doodle do.
If there's nothing else, I believe that's a good call for meeting adjourned. If any of you need anything for your preparations, make sure to let any of us know.
One right now, and I go for a crisp high 5.
He returns. All right. Anything else?
I think that's it for the council.
Okay.
This is excellent work, Rexus, Laria, Octavio. I just want to say, you know, I try to reiterate every time that we have these meetings in person that each of your contributions here are invaluable.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be needed.
You know, you and your order have been doing so much already with the dog housing. Laria, I mean, we wouldn't be here without you.
And on that
Rexus
note,
wouldn't be here without us.
And on that note, I might have a surprise for you in the future, but I'm still working through some logistics.
Oh, you're just gonna tease us like that?
We love surprises as long as they don't involve pastry chefs. Those are bad surprises. We don't like them.
Hey, I'm sitting right here.
Not you, pastry chefs. We had another pastry. You know what we're talking about. The one who was super nice and then tried to kill us all.
I haven't tried to kill you yet.
Oh, come on. You know who we're talking about.
She just sips her coffee and chuckles.
And then I go, oh, she's getting me right now. She's getting my goat. All right.
Pulling your leg, sweetheart.
Ah, God, I may be 140, but you still managed to get me, Laria.
Goat status got.
That is Laria talking, right? I'm talking to the
you might have the years on me, Flickie, but I've got the experience on you.
And with that, I totally agree.
I say,
all right,
considering Laria is a level 3 character.
We will break off for any business.
All right. So you guys have
Break
2
yourself.
So you guys have 2 days in the city to get your shit in order. What want do?
Well,
I want to go look for magic stuff.
I was about to say, Flickie has an incredible amount of platinum that he's sitting on. So if there's any shopping that we want to do, probably
come with me.
Because I don't think we're going to be doing a lot of shopping while we're on the road.
Nope.
These are all places that are smaller than Kintargo.
And Sugtok, we're only buying Milos for today while we eat it tomorrow, and then for when we leave on the trip, because it will not keep, so we have to keep actual provisions in mind.
And as far as the magic stuff is concerned, in the
And I'm right there with you. I love Milos too.
We need to bring him the gifts.
I just cut the shit out of Luke. What were you saying, Luke?
I was just saying that in the journal tab, the shopping notes has the different markets and various noteworthy shops, and I also make note of any noteworthy items that they may have for sale, including magic stuff, if you want to go through that.
All right. In the journal
Chrysali's Fine Tome still has that scroll of teleport. I think we can afford it now, and having a teleport as like an emergency option is not a bad idea.
I'll definitely grab that.
It's also a level 5 spell, so as soon as Flickie levels up, he'll be able to copy it into his spell book.
True. And even if he, you know, if we have to use it before then, it's a pretty easy UMD check for him.
Hey, you said the shops were where in here?
The shopping notes.
Oh, shopping notes. Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
Where are the shops?
I scrolled over it 5 or 6 times.
Me too. I looked for it like 8 times, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's not it.
I even clicked on fucking scroll crafting notes, and it's the one beneath it. I was like, come on, dude. Okay, so let me check how much... Oh, fuck. One sec. Because I should have a bunch of time on me. So in this case, we should all check markets and go out and get, like, stuff we need, and I can, like, shell out some platinum to people. One sec.
Yeah, what happened with that platinum? It was half of it was put into the treasury, and then you still got the other 4,000?
You're using the gold piece value, but I believe that is correct. As a matter of fact, let me check the rebellion thing, because the treasury is hella full. So yeah, that's what happened.
We also have those 20 pearls that we never sold in the loot, which wouldn't hurt.
Hey, I forgot how much platinum did we give? Because I have the other half, but I forgot to write down how much that was.
You gave 4,000 gold worth of platinum, so you gave the 400 platinum.
So I still have 400 platinum I have 401 platinum in my bag. All right. I'm here, I'm listening, but I'm about to use the restroom, so I'm just going to mute myself.
All right.
Okay. So first off, if we're going to go shopping, do we have anything that we want to sell? I would encourage everyone to go to the loot to be divvied and
I'll take the pearl to my pearl guy.
Look through the stuff that we have And if you want to take it out, take it out. If not, we may start selling some of this stuff.
You took the keen-bladed scarf, right? Because we scalped. I ended up scalping that for the enchantment.
Yes, but we still have the rest of it, which would just be the plus, unless you liquidated it when you took off the keen. Enchantment.
It occurs to me that I forgot to update this particular page with the most recent marketplace boom that I rolled for you guys, so I'm placing...
Hey, yeah, actually, Luke, would it still be a +1 bladed scarf after I got the keen off of it?
It would.
Okay, so it's just a +1 bladed scarf.
Okay.
Actually, do you want that?
I won't use it. Bladed scarf is it doesn't work with my build. I'd have to take exotic proficiency to use it. So that is something that we could potentially sell. So I will earmark it with the value that it has in the book. Are you editing? Tib'resh, you were going to take the Skullcrusher gauntlets, right?
He's wearing
I am
them.
wearing those. I did want to ask.
Okay, well, if you're wearing them, I'm going to take them out of the loopy divvy because you are
sorry if they're still on there.
That's fine.
I want to stop by Vespa Martisans at some point. That Ring of Force shield actually seems like it might help me in a pinch.
For the record,
it doesn't
the Ring of Force shield is you generate a shield of force that you wield like a heavy steel shield, so you still kind of use it like a shield.
It would encumber one of my hands, but it wouldn't, because it's. To my understanding, it doesn't encumber you at all, so I would still retain my monk bonuses. I would just only be able to use one hand.
Let me read Ring of Force shield just so I know exactly.
The speed your fist is moving, anyways, you're still getting like 4 punches in.
I just checked it. It's shield size and shield shaped, but it has no armor check or arcane spell failure chance since it is weightless and encumbrance free.
Yeah, the key part of the description is can be wielded as if it were a heavy shield.
So it would still function as one, as though I had something, even though it's weightless.
You know what?
That would count as armor.
You know what? I'll still.
I just want an easy +2 AC.
Considering the fact that it's weightless and you're a monk, so it's not like it's going to cost you stuff. I will let you use it. I will also let you know it's kind of pricey. It's not as pricey as some of the things that you guys are looking at in Vire. This one's only 4 figures. How about this? Of the default starting magical items that were available in the city, it was the most expensive. That has since changed.
I got.
And also for the record, I've updated the shopping notes since you started looking at it. So close out and reopen it so you can see the 2 things I had to add.
Well, first thing...
Because Flickie already got the Scroll of Ice Spears.
Yep. Also, the first thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to go see that guy up in the greens, I think is what they're called. And it's the place I go to sell all my like pearls and jewels that we get.
Oh, no, that poor guy.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to drudge this guy up from the depths again.
We're going to go see Salin?
Yep.
All right.
Because that way we can get as much money as we have on hand, and then we can all split to our different markets and go grab our shit.
Let me look at this loot to be divvied.
I am editing it.
I'm not changing anything. I'm just looking at it.
I'm just letting you know. Don't fuck around with it.
Also, something I found that's actually super useful for me because I'm ADD as shit. Having this little dude in my face box help me focus more on what everyone else is saying, because I'll find myself looking at my face more often than not.
Sugtok,
works.
Currently have the spell lattice for erase, right? You're still holding on to it because you were the one who used erase on the spooky writing down at the bottom of the dismal niche.
Yeah, but let me make sure I've got it listed somewhere.
Okay. Once you have it listed, I will remove it from the thingamabobber. I'm gonna leave the wands in here because
spell lattice.
Because Dillon's got an extra dimensional storage for them now.
Yes, I do.
Luke, how's the spell lattice work? Once per day.
The spell lattice lets you, as long as you're holding it, it's like you have that spell on your spell known list as a spontaneous caster. So as long as you're holding it,
But you have to be holding it in your hand.
yeah, as long as you're holding it, erase is a spell option for you to spend spell slots on.
Okay.
Then I'll just add.
Okay, I have the partial deck of illusions, so I'm gonna take that off of here because Icar does have that on his person.
I've got a quick question since we're doing some bookkeeping. Is now going to be a good time for a break, and everybody can just do their bookkeeping while we're on break?
I mean, I'm
By bookkeeping, what do you mean? Like
We're organizing the loot page.
I need people here to answer questions about what they do.
Oh shit,
and
that's
do
right.
not
Yeah.
have.
Never mind.
I mean, I'll be here.
Never mind. So I didn't think that far ahead because I'm still in DM brain.
Alright. Yeah, I just added erase to my spell list with a note only while holding the lattice.
Okay.
You know, there's there's also that Ring of Protection +3 in Newt Market. I'm just trying to think of things that will, you know, keep me good in close quarters, because I also don't want to summon a shield every time and lose the availability of a hand, because I just realized that'll cut into my ability to do Hammer Fist. I'd have to deactivate.
That's right. Yeah. Also, I will let you know the Ring of Protection +3 has a base cost of 18,000.
Well, if it's weightless, why wouldn't it count his punches as shield bashes?
Because Hammer Blow, he has to clasp his hands together, and with the Ring of Force Shield, he has to act like it's still a shield.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like that shield Iron Man has in Infinity War.
Yeah, I get you. Bummer. All right.
I think of it as the summonable Daedric Shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ring of Protection +3 gives it to me passively. I mean, not that. It gives me magic protection passively, which sounds like it's not something that I'm very equipped for. So it might not be a bad idea for me to grab. I know you guys might also think of it. I do have 54 platinum that I'm sitting on right now and 8,000 plus gold.
Is anyone going to want the Cloak of Elvenkind?
Maybe for... Wait, I have that in my inventory. I have that with me, but I'm not wearing it.
You have more than one.
Oh, well then no. I don't need more than one.
We have 2 Cloaks of Elvenkind.
Yeah, that's like a posterity.
Just as a reminder, it's a +5 competence bonus on stealth. It doesn't stack with the stealth bonus that I have, so which is why I'm not using it. If any, I think Sugtok and Tib'resh, you are both already wearing cloaks of some kind.
I think they're both wearing resistance cloaks.
I'm just keeping one of mine for posterity.
Actually, not Sugtok. Tib'resh is not wearing a cloak at all.
No.
So you could take it just to have an item in that slot that you're not using.
Well, judging by my massive misunderstanding of how the money translates across, you're right.
Wait,
And
one
I
platinum
don't
is
need to
10
get-
gold?
Yes. The
What
easy
were we
way.
saying?
Yeah,
What were we saying?
Sorry,
Tim?
I'm just doing real quick. Some real quick. Yeah, I'm still short on that.
Because
so-
the Ring of Protection is 18k gold. 18,000 gold pieces.
Still not the priciest thing available in town.
Is that the Rod of Splendor?
I can't
No,
get it
that's the
regardless.
second.
Sorry, what is this about the
Wait, what's the Rod of Splendor?
What did you say? Cloak?
You are not wearing any sort of cloak.
No.
There is a cloak of Elvenkind in the loot to be divvied. If you want it, you can wear it to put an item in that slot that you're currently not using.
Sure. I don't know how helpful that'll be at all, but
I mean, a +5 competence bonus to stealth will help make up for the fact that I don't think you have any ranks in it.
I do have some stealth bonuses, but that would be super awesome. Yeah.
Okay, so give
Cool.
yourself
I got
the
that.
Cloak of Elvenkind, and I will remove it from this list.
Yes, Dylan.
We can remove the lattice from the list if you're editing.
All right. We folding boat. I'm going to keep in here because it's a collective item.
Dylan, just
Rope
look for that in the app.
powerlessness, I'm going to keep in here. The prisoner's dungeon rings I'm going to keep in here. All right. The flask
this
of
item too?
reconcoction.
Yeah.
Am I
Elfo-
holding
Splendor.
that loaded with a
Wrong of
cure
Splendor.
light?
I'm sorry, what?
Were you using the flask of reconcoction?
Yes, Sugtok has the flask of reconcoction, and I believe it has a potion of cure light wounds. Yes.
Okay, then I will remove it from this list.
Okay,
Can I put a...
I looked up Splendor, and all I see is Eagle's Splendor.
Yeah, you're looking in spells. Magic items at the top. There's a tab that looks like it has Link's special armor from Twilight Princess for magic items.
There's beasts, feats, and magic in here too.
It's a cool app.
Can
Okay.
I load one of these lesser restoration potions into it rather than the cure light wounds?
What
lesser
what
level
levels?
That's a second.
level is
That's a second level spell, right?
I believe so.
Because
In which case,
No, I
you
can only do first.
no,
you-
you
well,
can
no.
you can do second now, except it'll just take a week to reconcoct until you hit like level
Yeah.
9 or 10.
So can I do that on the road?
Theoretically, yes.
Yeah.
Dylan is discovering magic item searching.
I want
Okay.
this.
So you have the flask of reconcoction. I'm gonna pull it off of here. The headband of intuition. Is anyone using that?
What's it do?
It lets you do an augury 3 times a day, except it always gives you a meaningful answer, which allow me to give you the Cliff Notes version of it. You put the headband on, and you get to ask like a yes or no question, and like of an action you're about to take. For example, will there be danger in opening this door? And you'll get a yes, a no, a yes and no, or a neutral answer of nothing.
Well,
I
it's
think
not so much yes
that
or
I get
no.
into trouble
It's-
when I-
Fucking
Yeah,
shit.
it's less yes or no. It's more good, bad, good and bad, or neutral.
Yo,
but it-
I'm
but
gonna
it
buy
only-
this fucking
But
rod.
it can only see about half an hour into the future.
Is anyone else wearing a headband item?
I am. I have.
I think Shuktok's the only one who
You have
isn't.
the ion stone for the
I have
extra
the.
strength?
I have the +2 headband of vast intelligence.
nice.
It's more important who is.
Okay. Shugtok,
So,
did
yeah.
you say you were or were not wearing a headband?
I do not have one. It's the headband of clarity.
Headband of
Headband of intuition.
Intuition.
All right. If it's going to Shugtok, I will take it off the loot list.
Yeah.
Put it on
And
as a
then,
beautiful ass
who?
headband.
Someone was yelling about the ion stone.
That would be Garrett.
I was thinking Flickie had that, but he's got an intelligence headband.
No, an
Well, the
iron
iron-
stone.
No, I do have the Ion Stone. You gave it to me as a source of intimidation for enemies.
It's
It's true.
It orbits around the head. You couldn't benefit it because it's an enhancement bonus that you're already getting from your belt.
Oh,
Right.
so
What-
it
what is
doesn't
the bonus
count as
again?
a head slot?
It's a +2 to your strength.
Yeah, it's a +2 enhancement bonus to your strength.
Yeah,
That's
just like
where
my,
I was getting
my belt
that
or
from.
something was doing that already.
So the enhancement goes into my ability score or ability modifier.
Your abilities
Score.
yeah, your abilities.
Score.
So
which-
15 puts me at +2.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I didn't realize I should have fixed that a long time ago.
Okay, so let me.
And as an additional minor note, in each of your guys' journal tabs for your characters, I have basically like slot locations for magic items for the sake of keeping things filled out.
That's
so
where I'm doing this.
all right, cool.
Mhm.
Just keeping it up to date so that outside the game, when I'm checking things, I can check and see who's got what and how much of it.
Alright. So the base +1 for all of these armors is going to be 1,000 gold each for selling them. Plus whatever the
How much is the bribe
cost
for
beyond-
captain's boyfriend's dad?
20,000.
20,000 gold worth of magic items, preferably.
But it can't be like, here's a pile of gold
So-
and some magic shit, as long as the total value is 20,000.
A lot of this pitching at gear we can just put towards that.
I don't
Knock
think
that
it's
out.
going to be enough.
Ah, wait, this brings my C and B and C and D up. Yes! Sorry, I thought I was muted.
It's okay.
We got. I mean,
What's
we've got a
the
decent
the
amount of
price
shit
on
that we can
Masterwork
make.
armor?
Master,
Masterwork is
Masterwork's an additional 150 for armor, 300 for
Okay.
weapons.
okay. Cool.
Yeah, armor stuff
How
costs
much
half
the
as much
bladed
as weapon
scarf,
stuff does.
The +1 bladed scarf work.
That'd be about a 2,300 and however much a bladed scarf, like 2,300 give or take. So just put down 2305.
Well, don't mess with it. I'm
not touching it. The 2305 from the bladed scarf.
Yeah.
That's a tenth of what we need from that one item. Like, well,
And for the record, this is value, not what you guys would be selling it for. So there's no markup or
Yeah.
markdown for that. It occurs to me, since he's the scribe, we should be making Tim do all this.
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah.
At this point, it's less like that. But in future campaigns, someone just needs to take the role of scribe from the word go, and they're just responsible for it.
Yeah, it's more. I'm documenting our lives,
We've
not
got-
as much, every item we get.
All right.
We've got a ton of shit that we can just sell off. Hey, who's using? So, Tim, are you using the Skull Crusher gauntlets?
Yes, we went over this already.
Okay. It's it being presently edited.
Oh yeah, and as a minor note, Roger, don't forget in the trophies that you only got 2 shards for favors now.
I will edit that present.
All right.
What's the Frost brand?
That's the most expensive item. That's the magical +3 frost greatsword.
All right. Is anyone not wearing a ring? Who wants a ring?
Sure, I'm ringed up.
Is ring one of those things? You only get one slot.
You got
You have two ring slots.
One for each hand.
Okay, I am not wearing a ring.
Do you want a ring of protection +1? It gives you a +1 deflection bonus to your AC.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, it's yours now.
Yay!
Keeping that pimp hand strong.
Okay.
Whoever that was, gives
Okay.
me credit.
I have finished editing. Let me do some quick math on the raw value of all the stuff that we're thinking of selling.
Because if that's raw value, that works perfectly for a bribe for raw value of magical items provided when you wanted magical items.
Yeah,
Okay.
like that dagger
We
of
have-
venom.
We have 10,822 gold worth of magic items, worth of magic weapons and armor that we are not using. So that brings us about halfway to what we would need for the bribe.
What was the total number?
10,822.
I've got 1,400 gold on my person. I'm willing to put all of it towards a bribe. I think knocking out getting that last house, if we've got a way to do it, and there's nothing pressing we want to buy, except we need that scroll of teleport. Flickie needs to have that.
Well, if he's able to buy it out of his own pocket.
And don't forget, you guys are getting ready to go raid a military outpost.
I was about to say, yeah, we could.
Oh, yeah.
If they have any magic items, it could be enough to bring us over the edge when we get back.
And you guys do have 8,000 sitting in the treasury that you could, scoop from.
Right, but I was going to use that to buy cool stuff when they weren't looking. So
speaking of cool stuff and you're not looking, I think Dillon is desperately trying to figure out how to buy that Rod of Splendor that's available.
Also, I just fucking inhaled an egg roll.
Also, yeah.
okay.
But yes, I am trying to figure out how to buy that rod. Fuck.
Did we ever identify?
I gotta go wash my hands. I'll be right back.
The waterproof flask or the silver pillbox?
The pillbox is just a pillbox. Nobody has cracked open the flask.
Okay.
But there is something in the flask.
Well,
Someone should give that a hearty sniff.
I guess I will attempt to appraise it.
Make me an alchemy check.
Okay. I will do that as soon as my sheet reloads because it doesn't like... Oh, come on. Don't do this to me.
So, the bribe was what, 20K?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. But
He's a greedy son of a bitch.
Well, we're halfway there and about to go on a massive dungeon run.
This is Roger refreshing.
How much is the Rod of Splendor and what's it do?
25K. Dylan, you're the one reading the Rod of Splendor. Tell him what it does.
So first of all, it turns me into Mr. Big Shit Pimpin' on campus. But, listen to this. The possessor of this fantastically bejeweled rod gains a +4 enhancement bonus to their charisma score for as long as they hold or carry the item. So as long as it's in my fucking quiver, +4 enhancement to charisma.
While it's in the quiver, you're not actively holding it. It does not bestow.
It says holds or carries the item.
I know, but it's in an extra dimensional space. Okay,
fine. Either way, I can pop it out of the quiver and be much more charismatic. But then, once per day, the rod garbs me in magically created clothing of the finest fabrics, plus adornments of furs and jewels. Apparel created by the magic of the rod remains in existence for 12 hours. However, if the possessor, if I attempt to sell or give away any part of it, use any part of it, so like if any part of the outfit is removed, then it all disappears. But in addition, the rod has a second special power usable once per week. Upon command, it creates a palatial tent, a huge pavilion of silk 60 feet across. Inside the tent are temporary furnishings and food suitable to the splendor of the pavilion and sufficient to entertain as many as 100 people. The tent and its trappings last for 1 day. At the end of that time, the tent and everything inside disappear. So I'm going to go buy that rod.
Wait. I think I messed up the math on this for the loot. I think I took the wrong value for the Dagger of Venom. It should be a little bit more.
Okay, and that craft check, Roger, lets you identify that sealed flask has been sealed inside an elixir of truth.
Ooh.
You guys have been sitting on that for a couple of sessions. I'm glad you remembered. Because that came from Menathegaro's place.
Oh,
So that's something that we could...
Also, I still have all those pearls to sell because I want to talk to fucking Salem.
I figured we were going to
were
rope that
ever-
into all
Do you
this.
do you know how much the silver pillbox is worth?
I
Or
can-
here, I'll just put it under as good as Goldbling and Baubles because I'm figuring we can probably sell it at the same time as the pearls.
If we were ever in a conversation with Bartholomew Thrune again and we had that flask on us, could we offer him a drink from our flask and then ask him about shit?
You could always offer. That pillbox is...
Well, you don't have to tell us how much it's worth because he'll find out at the same time as you find the pearls. The only last thing that isn't identified is the seaweed book. which is the spell book, I'm assuming,
That's
of Menador, but
yeah,
it was made of seaweed.
Dillon already went through that. It's not a lengthy book. He
then-
only had a couple levels of wizard, but there's a couple things
All right,
in there
then
necromantic that he didn't have.
That is everything. I've flagged all the values for everything else. Yeah.
What if we sold some scrolls?
I mean, we could.
As single use
Right,
items,
earlier it's
scrolls and
fine.
potions are sold for maybe a couple hundred gold each. It's to sell in bulk to get the kind of profit you're thinking of here.
Yeah, no way to sell any of my scrolls or potions.
Oh, I drank one of these. What did I drink? I think I drank that Bear's Endurance before I went to the party.
So, Luke, if I load one of the lesser restoration potions into that flask now, like day one, at the end of us traveling up to the mine,
After
it will.
It takes a week, so you'd be able to do it twice. But yeah, it would be ready by one.
However, you have to drink straight from the flask. If you pour it out of the flask and it isn't into someone's mouth, the potion will not reconstitute.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it was just so it would be ready by the time we got there. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm gonna.
And also, as far as selling the pillbox and the pearls to Salin, would you like the value of that while we're busy doing all this?
Sure. I'll just put it in. I'll put it in the loot to be divvied as raw cash.
All right, grand total that'll get 2,300 gold pieces.
Okay.
Shit, the dagger of Venom's 8,300.
It's a fairly mid-level magic item. It's a +1 dagger that gives you a chance to poison on a DC 14.
Once a day.
So, and that poison does 1d3 Constitution damage for 6 rounds. One save curing it. So, I just don't use it because it doesn't really fit in with the rest of my items.
With your Outsider Bane dagger and the belt.
Yeah, and now the short bow that's on the back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that and the scarf is 10-1.
And I mean, don't forget, Sugtok, you also have that wand of hold person you're hanging on to.
How much does that go for?
Depends on how many charges are left in it. Each one.
There are, I believe there's 8 charges in both because they have not been used yet.
By you guys, at least.
Because as
Not
great
bad.
as Hold Person is, not really my style. I.e., I'm never going to remember to use it.
I will remind you to use them if I remember, but I can't do everybody's consumable management.
Exactly.
You guys have to pitch in a little bit. Okay, that's all the loot divvying math. With the extra 4,000 that I missed from the Dagger of Venom because I looked at the wrong price, we're actually closer to like 14,000. So I absolutely think we can snab at least 6,000 gold worth of magic items when we go to the fortress.
And doing my math for how much those wands should be worth with 8 charges left in them, about 292 gold pieces.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Consumables, generally, it's not worth it to sell.
Eventually, someone might need to be held.
Exactly.
Completely.
I mean, if we're going to fight a whole bunch of, like, you know, level 1 or level 2 soldiers at the keep, that wand of whole person is going to be invaluable. You can just go boop, 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 and just walk right past them.
Flickie and I are both holding one of the wands of hold people with 8 charges and just blapping people. You get the right, I'll get the left.
He's got a wand of that and a wand of fiery shuriken in the other hand, so he gets some shuriken, holds person, launches a shuriken, holds someone else, launches a shuriken, then casts the shuriken again, then holds person, launches a shuriken.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna find something nifty to do with that before the end. All right, I did just eat a bunch of stuff real quick, but I gotta go brush out my bad tooth real quick.
Yeah. By the time
Alright.
we get back, we'll definitely have enough stuff to just
So,
say, here's these items.
Now, do we want to take a short break? And then,
Yeah.
'cause
Now-
I do have
Super.
stuff in a character that I was planning on doing on Wheel Day before Oath Day, but like it's not super important.
No, we can get to that, but we'll take a break first because it's been a little over, it's been 2 hours at this point. So,
Back in 15, back in 9.
yeah, sure. Back at 9. See you guys then.
Hey, wait, we're all here. Let's get it going.
I guess I see some chewing happening. That's kind of what I'm giving some room for.
I got little rice bits in my teeth, but that's fine.
That's what rice does.
Rice is as rice does. You heard?
That is not a common phrase.
Yeah, it is.
Mama always said magic
You
is
must
as
be
magic
like
does.
milk.
Be like milk.
It's
It can flow or it can crash.
Tib'resh, it's one of the lesser known elven tomes.
Yeah, it's in the compendium. It's not a pun, but like in Elf, it is.
And here I am, and Garrett and Sugtok is still looking.
All right, so I'm gonna go.
We didn't get any. Nobody has heard shit about her, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna go buy the Rod of Splendor.
Can you afford the Rod of Splendor?
It's only 25k.
You don't have that much. The
I
party,
have 400 platinum.
that's 4,000 gold.
Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah, I made the same fucking mistake earlier. I was like, oh, okay, I could just fucking get the ring that I need.
No, don't. You know what that was? That was that one episode of Last Airbender where it's like, how much for this waterbending scroll? Oh, that'll be like 300 gold. But what about these 3 copper pieces? That's what that would have been like.
What if we just write the word super on all of the platinum?
No.
And convince people that super platinum is a new coin.
Or if you just write star
Worth
on all of them, and then
1,000
that beats the
platinum.
shit out of everything.
Well, then I'm just gonna start throwing money into this bag until I have enough.
Is that a thing we can actually do?
Well, then how much is this teleport scroll?
The teleport.
I think you will get in trouble with the Temple of Abadar if you start to forge counterfeit currency.
Yeah, they're not very. Abadar is lawful neutral. He's very Judge Dredd about that. The god of banks. You do not want to
Just
count.
shows up like, don't fuck with my money.
Do not counterfeit when you're in a town with a temple to the god of banking and commerce.
Yeah, that's fair.
But in answer to your question about the scroll, the teleport scroll will cost you about 1,500 gold.
So 150 platinum.
Correct.
All right, well then I'm gonna buy that.
All right, I will take it off the list.
All right, so now where's bag in the journal? Because there's like 400 platinum in there. So I guess I can write it down on my sheet. 1 sec.
It's probably in the loot to be divvied, which is where, excuse me, all of that has so far ended up.
Let's see. Loot to be divvied.
Yeah, did we split the remaining reward platinum, or what was the deal with that?
I think
We did not. He has held on to that 400.
It's still in my bag.
And he put the rest of it into the treasury, so it's technically group funds.
Well, that half is.
That half is. The other half he's been keeping for himself.
Just in case one of us finds something amazing.
And to be fair, he's going to be the one crafting high-level spells, and that's expensive.
And it costs 150 of these bitches to get this teleport scroll.
To be fair,
Okay,
it's
I don't
fucking
think it's
teleport.
in here. I don't think I can't find. Oh, the handy dandy haversack. Is that the one on my back? Because I've got.
The handy dandy. No, you guys have not made a spot for the new haversack yet.
Oh, okay. Because I someone else has one, and I was gifted the one that had all the platinum in it.
Correct.
Okay.
And Kyra has her own haversack, which is an inventory that Roger and I are managing on our own.
So I'm trying to edit. I gotta click
To be fair, the only thing that she keeps in her haversack right now is her Asmodean clergy disguise.
All right. So right now in the handy dandy haversack, I'll just claim that as the one on my back. I have 251 platinum. Whoops! I forgot to put P after it. Ba-da-da-da.
Meow.
Okay, cool. So now we've got that. Because I had 1, then we had 400, and I just spent 150. So let me put this scroll in my inventory. Scroll of teleport. Then platinum pieces 251. All right. So I guess that's all I really needed. I guess I can shell out some of the other dudes to go get like provisions for a fucking month-long trip.
Got berries, right?
Kyra has her fruit sash, which generates healing fruit, which also serves as a
but like
nutrients.
1 fruit a day.
Yeah, it's like Limbus fruit.
Oh, all right. Well, cool. Then never mind. I've got what I need. I have no pressing matters to attend to.
It satiates. It satiates as though it was a.
Wait, I
berry.
get Big Sebastian.
Yeah.
I get Big Sebastian and the Deuce.
Well, you're not setting out just yet because Roger said that Icar had some stuff he wanted to do on Wheel Day.
Yeah, I want to hit up my
okay.
loads.
That won't be a problem. And just knock off. However, how much do you plan?
No,
on
I
spending?
wanted to. I've got 3 crates of fine meats from.
Oh shit, that's
from
right.
Fire
Yeah, that's
that I
right.
wanted to bring.
That's right. You got stuff for that. And he is it a gift
have
or are you
this-
selling it to him?
Milo, behold the secret meat.
It's a gift from when I was out of town. I do expect breakfast today to not cost me anything.
Oh no, I can do the barter thing. Barter's pretty good for merchants, you know.
Of course, Milo. Just I thought your seafood rations are low, so I brought you 2 crates of seafood and a crate of the highest quality beefs they had across the way.
I'll put them to good use.
We're gonna be gone for a while, so keep yourself afloat. If you're out of business when I get back, heads will roll.
I'll do what I can. Yeah, as far as the fruit are concerned, each fruit provides nourishment as if it were a normal meal for a medium creature.
Okay.
Also cures 1 point of damage when eaten. Because they're like good berries, but the size of regular fruits. Unless she pulls a cherry out.
Good fruit.
I don't know. There's always a chance. There's always a chance she could pull a durian out of there.
On Flickie's point, though, we should probably get like a crate of beef jerky for the road.
Yeah, road rations aren't that expensive. They're in the. They're somewhere for cheap. God damn it! Checking things. Mundanities.
The axe on road supplies. Axe with 2 X's.
Trail rations. Yeah, 5 silver per day of trail rations. Some kind of hardtack, jerky, and/or dried fruit. As long as it stays dry, it can go for months without spoiling.
That's 5 per day per person?
5 silver per day per person. So a gold.
Fuck that shit. Let's just use the fruit sash.
No, like I said, it's not. It's about being prepared in case something happens. You know, maybe something happens to.
You
Kyra.
are correct.
It's
Maybe
basically
we meet people on the road who need food and we don't have any to give.
it's basically 18 gold per person for the 5 weeks.
I'm playing a D&D game right now. In our last session, we traded most of our rations to some goblins for the iron ingots they stole, so we didn't have to fight them because we were still level 1.
So, it's always good to have something valuable with you.
And
So 210 gold is 6 weeks worth of trail rations.
is it?
How many? It's 5 of us?
It's 5 silver for a single one for a day.
Sorry, 210 silver.
So 21 gold. That makes more sense for 6 weeks of rations. I was like, what fucking rations are you buying? Are you buying them from Salt Bay's restaurant?
These are the Primo. These aren't like the nice brand. These are that name brand.
Oh, you're getting the the artisanal, like, handmade beef jerky instead of some Jack Links.
Yeah, and I'm not getting it on the
It's
discount.
organic, non-GMO, vegan beef jerky.
I met the cows this is from a couple of days ago, right when we got back.
That's some fast jerkying.
Oh, they're the fastest jerkers around in this town.
Yeah, good. You picked up what I was setting down.
Impossible to miss.
It's possible for some
All right,
people.
so-
Density is still a thing that exists.
It's 5 of us on the road?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, I'll pick up road rations.
All right. Shuktok's on road snacks.
I got snacks, guys.
Pringles, Reese's Pieces, and some beef jerky.
He comes back with like beer and Funyuns, and we're like,
Guys,
dude.
I'm all ready for. Oh yeah, I am gonna get
And 3 entire flats of blue Gatorade.
I mean, that'd be cool.
It was cool, Dillon. We've done that. You know what happens when you drink too much blue Gatorade.
Half green poops.
Yep.
Oh, I had a lot of bad experiences with Night Shift's blue Gatorade and Left Hook energy drink.
No, left hook. Jesus.
Yeah, that and blue Gatorade doesn't end well when you're drinking it en masse.
It sounds bad.
It's every bit as bad as it sounds and worse.
It's like your skin should have started turning blue, I feel like, at a certain point.
Most of it didn't stay in my system.
Also, this would be a real great way to tell if Roger is in Icar or Tenebrae mode, I just realized.
It could be. Maybe I just want to be in serious business mode.
All right.
How many crates is 6 weeks of road snacks for 5 people?
I mean, it
prob-
can't be that much.
Actually, probably not that many.
Well, how about this? I have, by odd coincidence, a crate that was full of beef jerky at one point. So
I have that in the living room. It has a bunch of DVDs in it.
Yeah, I know. I got you it for Christmas.
Yeah.
This would probably be one of yours for those 6 weeks. So 5 of these.
Okay, so these are all in the bag of holding.
Okay. They can just fit through the mouth of the bag.
I mean, we're in a cart, right? Why not just put them in the cart?
Just space. Also, I bought these when I was on the road, so I was thinking, like, how the hell am I carrying? Because
Okay.
that's a week worth, so it's 630 of those.
No, that was one for the entire 6 weeks.
Yeah, that was one person's 6 weeks of stuff in a
Oh,
box.
so it's just 5.
5 of those crates. One
Yeah,
for
no,
each of
they're-
you.
So I was misunderstanding. I was thinking that was 8 weeks.
No, that's like a whole person's entire trip of rations.
Yeah.
For what we're doing.
Yeah, it's like this
Yeah.
one has Sugtok written on it in crayon. This one has Icar, is kind of monogrammed with lacy coverings and all the stuff that happens. Kyra's has religious iconography and roses on it,
All of these are in crayon. You're welcome.
just like Ulysses.
Tib'resh's is in precise Times New Roman.
No, it's written, but in military stencil. That takes some talent. Copper plate Gothic font.
I've been working on my techniques. Try and make my copies more exciting.
Yeah, it shows.
Don't worry, no one remembers the early attempts.
Important to me.
Except the wizard, who has intelligence and can remember most of it. Alright. But yeah, Roger, Icar had some stuff he wanted to do?
Yes. We have 2 people we need to talk to.
All right.
Person one we're going to go talk to is Zaya, because she hasn't gotten her gift that Icar picked up for her in Vire before he returned home.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's going to head down to the Devil's Nursery.
All right.
Walk around.
Make me a perception check.
Sure.
Okay.
We're gonna throw in inspiration. I forgot to double bracket it. There.
Okay. It's a good thing you did, because as you're walking through the nursery, there's a slight movement in a small little puddle of like muck that's caught between some of the cobblestones and the more just straight up dirt parts of the walkways here. But it looks like a thin rope of some sort across the street, and it goes taut right before your feet would have gone into it, and you catch yourself and just step over it.
Okay, they're booby trapping the district now.
No, and then you just hear a like frustrated noises coming from a nearby alleyway.
Hello?
You hear the sounds of footsteps running off.
Well, whatever was didn't work. Icar will keep going.
All right, and you get to Zaya's house without further incident. One moment. Takes her about 12 seconds to get to the door, and she's dressed like usual, but she's got a couple of she appears to have spilled some flour on parts of her. You assume you caught her in the middle of making something.
Oh, good.
You were doing cocaine?
Sorry, I'm working on trying to make some bread. There's more wheat going around, but trying to get some food going through at the nursery. Hi, how can I help? Hi, it's nice to see you.
Hi. Do you mind if I come in?
No, please come in, please.
Hands are full, but if you could use an extra hand, I know a little bit about cooking.
Oh, good.
I
could use both of them. And it's not that much. It's just that dough is so much stickier than anyone ever said it was.
Jesus.
I'm not ready for this.
Yeah. Have you tried adding, I don't know, maybe a little bit of water?
I think I have a bit too much at this moment. I think I'm supposed to use more flour. Like I'm supposed to cover my hands with it and then work the dough so it doesn't stick, but then I don't add enough, and then the dough gets everywhere. It was in my hair earlier, and I'm just trying to make some rolls.
Okay. Icar's gonna fiddle with the ring of the trickster he has to use its ability to use prestidigitation at will, and he's gonna prestidigitate most of the flour off of her. There, that's a little better.
Oh, have you always been able to do that?
No. Well, no. It's actually a skill that I picked up, or I guess I literally picked it up maybe a month or two ago.
Come on, Icar, you fucking dork! You could do this.
Well, it seems very useful. She's like patting herself a little bit before realizing that there's no need.
So, like I said, I was gone, for a while. So, but it looks like things been here well in the nursery,
Sometime there was one time when Keen came around trying to see if I was going to be a bit more receptive to his whatever he tries to pass off as romance, and but other than that, he's got a bandage on his head, so I'm fairly certain he's still remembering that.
Yeah, there was I guess it was a tripwire of some kind on my way here. I didn't hit it, but I was pretty lucky that I saw it before it went off.
Yeah, you notice that if you had fallen into it, you would have gone face first into the muck. And she's like, that sounds like the kind of, petty revenge that he would think of. I mean, he's not a killer or anything, so he wouldn't try to stab you, but I think he would just try to embarrass you. I think you hurt his pride more than anything, and I think he would be going for that.
Well, listen, if he's got a problem with me, then he needs to settle it with me. He needs to leave you out of it.
I wholeheartedly agree. Unfortunately, he's the stubborn sort. Gets this idea into his head and decides to pursue it until all avenues of reality seem to just fall apart. Anyway, I'm gonna get the rolling pin back out.
Yes. Do you want me to, I don't know, mix some dough?
Yes, actually. There's I'm working on the buttermilk mixture over there. She starts running you through the recipe a little bit for a few minutes, and then once you get it, once you're busy kneading dough and like plopping it down on the board while she's rolling it. So you were gone for seemed like a week, you said?
Yeah, it was a little bit longer than a week. I think we were stuck. We couldn't leave port until we were finished. And unfortunately, it wasn't something that we really had control over how long we were going to be there.
Yeah, some of the people who work the salt docks said that the Scourge of Belial was gone for that same time. Were you there on the warship?
I guess you could say that. Yeah, I mean, the captain was headed out of port anyway. And...
Captain owes me some favors.
No, I wasn't going to say that. The captain was headed out of port, and I figured it was, he was going the same place I was going, so it would make sense to travel with him.
And where was that?
It was nowhere important. I mean, it was important business. Like,
you were right on it with that.
Just breeze right the fuck through that bluff.
No,
it's all right. What was it like? What was it like being on a ship that big? I've only ever been on a fishing boat, and that's only been a couple of times.
Well, you know how the fishing boat will sort of rock back and forth a little bit?
I'm familiar, yes.
Okay, but imagine that, but it's a much bigger ship, so it rocks a lot more.
It seems like it would be rocking slower, too. It seems easier to manage.
Yeah, unless we weren't in any sort of, like, stormy weather, so it was pretty easy to manage.
Oh, that's good.
It wasn't like the trip down to Asazazi. Now that, those waters, well, we didn't have a big boat, so it was just me and Tib'resh, and we were just rowing the whole time. And I got out of breath, and Sugtok didn't even row. All he did was sat there and sing. He sung. I guess it made rowing a little bit easier now that I'm thinking about it.
Asazazi. Isn't that place that you and your friends went on the coast?
Yes.
Right. Okay, that's where the half elves live.
Yeah. There's some aquatic elves. There's a small village.
Okay. She sits there rolling, like very obviously not knowing how to continue on from there. Like, oh god, I chose a topic that I couldn't continue for more than a few sentences. Awkward.
So, you're cooking for the Devil's Nursery. Are you just you're just cooking bread and distributing it? Like,
we're doing our best because most of the wheat that's coming in, people are being extra careful with, and I there's part of me that's wondering why so much of it is coming in. I think part of it just might be a sick joke on behalf of the mayor because of that stupid proclamation about spilling it.
Yeah.
But if he's giving us more grain, more bread to go around, and everybody loves a good everyone loves a good buttermilk biscuit.
There hasn't been an instance of someone dropping a whole bunch of it recently, has there?
The rolling pin stops for about a second and a half. She says, I heard that someone was transporting it near the near the temple of Asmodeus, that one, and apparently the high priest was there and was disappointed with the effort. She swallows hard.
It's 1 copper piece per grain. How much did he drop?
So I heard that the wheel on his wagon broke and spilled a good chunk of it over one of the corners.
This is just unacceptable. It's madness.
That's why we're only doing it in sacks that we can carry.
I just don't know what the city is just, it's lost its mind.
Yeah. However, there's a lot of talk going on about this party that the Lord Mayor is going to be throwing.
Is that, do you like parties?
I can't say I'd be opposed to the idea of them. I've never gone to anything that high ever.
Okay, but I'm sure you've been to a birthday party before, right?
Oh, of course, small social gatherings, but hey, this one's got a fancy name.
A small social gathering, it's you and a couple other the families, and then you've got the hired help and the jester and the chef and the chef's assistant. So
I think your definition of social gathering is different than mine, or ours, or however this works now. But I even heard that a couple of people here in the nursery found themselves with invitations to it.
Really?
I don't believe him, but I heard it from multiple people. Maybe it's just the joke that's going around.
It's I don't know. It's Zaya, I think it's dangerous. If someone tries to give you an invitation, I don't know. I think whatever it is, whatever Barzillai is up to, whatever the Lord Mayor is concocting, it can't be good.
I heard
He's the man who fines people for dropping grain.
Yeah, but I also heard that he's thinking about lifting the toll on Bleak Bridge.
Just so he can concoct some other bizarre scheme. You can't trust him.
As it is, the city's, the two halves of the city are cut off unless you're going by boat. For most people, at least. Doesn't affect us much, but
what's that supposed to mean?
I do hear people. You haven't noticed the way that Bleak Bridge has been working lately?
Not really. No, honestly.
Is that in or out of character?
No, it's in character,
okay,
because
right.
he never pays the bridge toll, so
okay.
he's actually doesn't really know.
All right.
They just kind of wave him past.
Oh, yeah. Some of the fishermen were charging much cheaper passage across the Ulubalus, and then a couple weeks ago they just stopped charging, and now it's just waiting in the queue.
Well, good on them. It's a nice way to really stick it to the Lord Mayor.
Yeah.
He's not going to get his money from the bridge toll.
Which I think is one of the reasons why he's thinking about getting rid of it. If it's not getting him anything, or not as much as he, it seems like a step in the right direction.
Oh, I almost forgot. I forgot why I came down here, and he reaches into his bag. While I was gone, I picked up something that I thought you might like.
Oh! And she finishes rolling the dough, kind of dusts off her hands, and turns to you. Oh, you didn't have to get me anything.
I know, I didn't. I wanted to.
Her mouth goes open a bit, and then she just doesn't say anything. And she's like, "This is your cue to continue, Roger."
Here, and he'll pull out the box. It's sort of a small rectangular box. He'll open it and pull out a pair of nice lace gloves. I was shopping. I happened to be in the area where they were selling all sorts of new fashion. You wouldn't believe the Vire fashion. It is so bizarre. I don't know if it's just influenced by the pirates.
Oh,
who were there.
What was Vire like?
It was different. It was.
I hear
it
it's.
was a
I hear it's rough there.
I didn't experience it as being rough, but I think I wasn't really there to do anything rough. So maybe I just missed out on the true Vire experience.
Well, at least you didn't do anything too rough that would have hurt you. But
Well, here,
these are lovely.
Set the dough down and try these on.
Okay, hold on. Can you do the cleany magic thingy again first? Holding up her hands that are covered in dough and flour.
He'll use prestidigitate again.
That is so useful. Yeah, sure. And she tries them on, and they go all the way up to her elbows. She's like, these are wonderful.
They're sized a little bit differently than I thought they'd be.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I love them.
Well, they're yours. You can wear them whenever you'd like. Although probably I would ask that you not wear them.
She interrupts you with a hug.
Icar will sort of blink twice, but then he'll hug back.
Okay. Oh yeah, definitely not in the kitchen. Of course not. These are, to be fair, they don't look that durable, but they do look nice.
I would hope they're durable. They certainly cost enough. They better be durable. Not that they cost a whole lot. They were a reasonable price.
She looks up with you, and there's the familiar look of, I think your definition of that is different than my definition of that kind of look, but she doesn't actually say anything this time.
Anyway, this gift is a bit of a consolation because some different business has come up, and I am going to be out of town for much longer than I was previously.
Oh no! How much longer?
It's probably going to be anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks, depending on what the weather's like.
Weeks? Wow.
Yeah.
Where are you going? It's a month away.
I can't really talk about it.
You're right. That was a stupid question. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Part of it is going to be visiting the family barony back in White Rock.
Oh.
Which I'll probably get roped into doing all sorts of family business.
Well, don't let it keep you away too long. I miss you when you're gone.
I miss the city. I miss being here. It's this is my home. Lord knows Father's made it impossible for me to travel before now, but I can't say that I'm a huge fan of traveling, even though I've gotten to do it. Anywhere I could go is just going to take me farther away from here.
Well, it's good to know that you'll always be nearby when you're not traveling.
Yeah. Let's get these biscuits finished.
Yes, let's. And you finish up making a couple of batches of biscuits, and you're on the way out by the time the first ones are out of the ovens, and you try them, and they're actually very, very good buttermilk biscuits. You're a little proud of yourself for that. You suspect it was mostly her, but you helped.
What this needs is some jelly.
So I'll see if I can fit it into my budget. All right. And who's person number 2 that you have to talk to as we wind this down?
Person number 2 is going to be, he's got to go talk to Rosalind.
Oh dear. Okay.
So he's going to go back to back to Silverhome, which he's also been gone from about a month. He's going to commiserate with the family. If his father insists that he stay for dinner, then he will, and he'll chit chat over dinner about as much as he can talk about where he's been, without spilling any beans.
I can promise I wasn't at a whorehouse.
Yes. I can promise that I was not sexually assaulted by a tiefling.
All right.
In Vire.
All right. Thank you for the clarification, son. Not sure what the extra bit was for, but okay.
Well, that's where I was.
No, I know. It's just glad to see you're back in one piece. You still got you still got all your clothes with you. You weren't robbed blind.
All my clothes. Actually, some extra clothes, if you'd like to see them.
Oh.
Although the fashion in Vire, you would not believe what these people wear.
No, I would. I've been to similar banquets where they expect you to wear the newest stuff, and sometimes the newest stuff is still a little starchy.
I know, right? Like the frills, like I could barely reach my own neck. I felt like I was in a straitjacket.
I was there while cravats were in fashion. Not only were they strangulating, it was impossible to keep them clean during dinner.
Impossible when you spill the honey pot. Not that I didn't spill the honey pot, but someone else at the table spilled the honey pot, and I saw it.
Not familiar with the honey pot. What's that about?
It's the honey sauce. You see, you've got the there are these candied. I think they were spiders, honestly.
I do know what that is. Sweet fats.
Yes, that's what she called it. Sweet fats.
That's a weird one. Not a very common dish, so I guess you were in town for something special.
We enjoyed some rather exquisite hospitality. Yes.
In Vire, you apparently had a very lucky stay.
It was pretty lucky. We happened to be there at the right time in the right place. For
dining with the right people, it seems, as well.
Well, who else would I dine with, Father? The wrong people?
It can be hard to tell them apart in Vire, from what I've learned.
I think it just depends on which side of the coin you're looking at, if you know what I mean.
That's fair. And this conversation runs its course, and eventually you find yourself in a speaking position with Rosalind.
All right, he's gonna pull her aside.
Yes, how can I help?
Why do you think I'm asking you for something? Why can't we just talk like siblings?
When was the last time we did that?
Okay, I do need your help with something, but I also wanted to. It's not fair. I also wanted to catch up with you.
Knew it, Katerina owes me a sovereign. What's up?
Listen, I'm gonna be gone again. We're leaving tomorrow. I'm gonna be gone for a while.
You gone for a while? Oh, be still my beating heart! What a shock!
It's longer than just this trip to Fire. I'm gonna be gone for like a month.
She drops the condescension here. A month?
Shh! Don't say that so loudly.
What are you gonna be doing for a month?
We have to go somewhere that's pretty far away. I'm probably gonna. I need to talk to a Katerina.
Where are you going, Bravoy?
No, I'm not leaving the duchy. It's just where we're going. We have to go by wagon, and there's really no easy way to get there. Point being, on the way there, I'm gonna stop at
White Rock.
I'm gonna stop at White Rock. Do you need me to check on anything? Do you know if Keiko is there in White Rock right now, or because I don't know what her schedule is?
I'm not entirely sure what her schedule is right now as well. They've been a little finicky lately.
Okay, well, if she's there,
apparently there are more wild dangers in the greater Ravounel than there have been in recent times. Apparently, there's been an uptick in Drake attacks. Apparently,
yeah, that tracks with what I've seen. Not that I've seen. Okay, different subject. Point being, I'll look for Keiko when I'm there, but I really, 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 really need you to do me a favor while I'm gone.
How much is this favor going to cost you?
It's not going to cost. I don't know. It depends on how much you want from me, but it's not like,
What
it's
is
not
it?
hard.
What is it?
Okay. In the Devil's Nursery.
I'm already afraid.
There's someone there, and they've been having a rough time. There's a couple of other people in the nursery, other tieflings who are, just harassing her and giving her a hard time. And it would mean the world to me if you were to just check in and just make sure that nothing happens while I'm gone. And if something does happen, you know where Laria's coffee house is?
That would be the Long Roads one across the Villiger district, right?
Yeah. If there's anything that happens, go to Laria and tell her, and she can get a hold of me.
I'm not sure why you care about the Half-Bloods fighting among themselves, but I'll do it for 2 weeks of you doing my housework.
2 weeks?
2 weeks. All of my housework.
I'm not changing any diapers.
Fortunately, that's not my job.
Fine. When I get back.
Fine. And that's what
You
said a month?
Yes.
All right.
Her name is Zaya. She he gives like a rough description of what the outside of her house looks like. And if you're having a hard time, you can talk to her. You just mention that you're my sister, and it'll be fine. She'll know what's going on.
Oh, this will be quite an adventure, won't it?
But if at all possible, just use the information network, that we have. Don't I don't want to make it think that I'm spying on her. I'm just worried because, I almost got tripped by something when I was down there, and I don't want to. Almost, I didn't get tripped.
Oh, that would have been a sight.
Okay, but it didn't happen.
Oh, a girl can dream.
I am gonna You're worse than Kyra. You know that? Because Kyra doesn't know how to push my buttons.
Well, if she spends enough time around you, I'm sure she'll learn.
Can you do this for me? I'm serious.
Oh, don't worry. I can dance the dance, but, I get the treats for it.
Okay. And if anything happens, you just let Laria know.
And to the short woman at the coffee house. Got it.
She's a halfling. She's not a short woman. That's just how they are.
And that's button number 73.
Okay. Are things fine here at the house? I mean, I know we don't talk a whole lot.
I think we talk exactly the correct amount these days. You're off busy doing gallivanting hero stuff based on that display you showed with Katarina the other day. It was fun watching her stab you, though. I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy that.
What's your problem, Rosalind?
Catharsis.
I haven't done anything that I think is worth the kind of heckling that I'm getting.
She turns around, walks away, and you just hear a boys.
I don't know what her problem is. Okay. And that's it for what he needed from. That's it from what I needed out of that.
All right, everybody else. Anybody have anything they have to do before they have to leave town?
Other than collect the horses in the lemur, I don't think so.
Oh, the lemur's coming with. Okay.
No, dude, of course. I've got a fucking menagerie growing, dude.
I've noticed.
And
on that note,
fun.
actually,
He's just company.
I need to introduce all the nuts to Vendelfek.
Okay. Vendelfeg, he's happy that there's something.
I'm gonna approach just stroking my beard.
All right. Hey.
Vendelfek, hello. I made a friend, and I would like to introduce you to him and see if
you could just kind of watch out for him, keep him here. The only hoard he's interested in is nuts, and I have plenty to give you that'll keep him satisfied.
I like new
He
friends.
will want
Who is he?
all of them. His name is what he wants. All the nuts.
That's a weird name.
He
What
chose
he wants all the nuts. That's long.
it.
He has a lot of
Allow-
words in his name.
Oh, just all the nuts.
All the nuts.
All the nuts.
Okay, where is all the nuts? Can you hear a?
Oh.
You hear a squeak, squeak.
I'm gonna part the beard cage and just let him poke his head out. I'm gonna offer a cashew.
What was I? Oh, he's small. I'm not. He's your friend. I'm not supposed to eat him, right?
You cannot eat him. I will be irate.
Okay.
But look, he can do a trick, and I'm gonna hold the flying squirrel in my hand and throw him like one of those winged Nerf footballs and just let him soar around the room.
And Novak's like, oh my god, something smaller than me that can fly. This is
Can
gonna
you
be
train
fun.
him?
I only promise to try.
All right. Well, I'm gonna unload 4-pound sacks of nuts.
Oh, that is a lot of nuts.
He wants all of them.
All the nuts.
All
Cheeks
the
for sweet.
nuts.
All right. All the nuts is set up with Vendelfex Squirrel Daycare.
4 pounds. 4 pounds of nuts is enough to last a flying squirrel a month and a half. Even if he overeats.
That should be enough to last a flying squirrel its entire natural lifespan.
But is it enough to last all the nuts a
It's-
natural lifetime?
Well, we'll see, because
Maybe he has an unnatural lifespan.
All the nuts ends up being the major antagonist of this entire campaign.
you've known all the nuts for all of, 3-4 days?
Barzillai put that flying squirrel there knowing we are simple-minded buffoons.
Well, all I had to do was put a flying squirrel in your path, and you were like, must have. To be fair, it would work on me.
Alright, now he won't die to AoE.
Goody goody. Alright.
Tim, you got anything for Tib'resh to do?
No.
Besides talking to Ruba about having time off.
Other than profusely apologizing for taking more time off after his last time off. Even though she probably won't care.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna do something here. Hold on a second. And she pulls out a blank piece of paper and she writes something down for a few minutes. And then she says, "Okay, with this, I officially fire you for working for me directly, but I am now officially promoting you to freelance. You can work when you need to, when I need you, if I ask, or when you want. If this is gonna be a thing."
This is great. Oh my goodness, I couldn't ask for a better opportunity.
Happy solstice.
Did she just effectively tear his W-2 in half and hand him an I-9?
I'm sure she pushes me out the door.
No. I'm sure I'll see you around. Just clomps her teeth at you.
Only too soon, I'm sure.
Don't do anything I'd do.
Well, I mean, can you punch a fucking what was it that we fought the other day?
Zombie shark.
Oh yeah. Hey, can you punch a zombie shark to death?
Not anymore.
Then you won't have to worry about it.
Okay, good. I'm glad we understand each other.
I'll see you later.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Ugh, Ruba. What a great woman. I'm gonna have a whole, Tolkien-esque chapter about Ruba in my book. It just goes into way too much detail.
All right. Yes, anymore.
In the anime, this is a flashback to Ruba fighting a zombie shark.
She lives in a world of dragons and monsters, and she's reached elderly age. Perhaps she's seen some shit.
Hey, fair.
All right. Well, with that, Toil Day rolls around. On the road again. Oh.
That was where my mind went to first. Immediately afterwards, Eye of the Tiger.
It's funny how much time we need to spend out of town in order to make sure our our city is going to be what it needs to be and get the support it needs.
Guys, do we want to go through just a contingency plan for our rebellion actions before we leave town, or are we able to send that off on a weekly?
We can send that off on a Raven, right?
You can, but we're just going to abstract the entire concept because it's a game mechanic more than it is a social one. All right. So, you guys head south on the Ravounel Road, which is a much different experience to last time because last time you at the very least had the sea to your right pretty much the entire time, but it isn't too long before you're going up some hills. You can still see the ocean off in the distance, but eventually you go far enough away and behind enough hills that you realize just, my word, just about for all year so far, we've been able to see the ocean, and now we can't.
If I take one more step, Mr. Frodo, this will be the furthest away from the Shire I've ever gone.
It'll be the furthest away from home I've ever been.
You know, I've never gone this far past, away from the shore. This is a whole new leg of adventure for us, fellas.
I still see the echoes of the fire on the water, but it's nice to get away from the ocean every once in a while.
It smells different up here.
Yeah, there's less salt in the air. There's more actual like flowering plants as opposed to people and fish. And your first day goes by without incident. So what are you guys on the nights that you're not near a town? What is everyone's camping setup looking like?
Are we all? So we're all sharing one wagon.
I imagine there's bedrolls in there too, for the sake of setting things up.
I'm gonna droop my big wizard hat down low over my head and sleep on the back of my horse smoking a pipe.
I can't believe that our wizard doesn't know Magnificent Mansion.
Too low level.
Magnificent Mansion. That sounds fantastic. Tib'resh sets up a tiny bedroll that is not quite large enough for a 7-foot.
I toss him my bedroll because I'm sleeping on the back of my horse.
All right,
I can't believe our wizard doesn't know Tiny Hut.
I was imagining
we had to downsize because of the housing market, so we can only have a tiny hut now.
I was imagining Kronk sleeping in the woods.
With a little tent.
With a tiny tent just over his
The
torso.
peasants at the diner. He didn't pay his check. Oh, yeah.
How did
It's
you
all
get
coming
here
together.
first?
I don't know. By all means, it doesn't make any sense.
But if it is a clear night, Tib'resh would just lay out his typical bedroll on the flattest piece of ground he can find.
Are you guys sleeping more inland, or are you sleeping more like riverbank near, or what?
Well, I have set up a little fire kind of near the cart before I tip my hat and smoke my pipe. Kind of on the riverbank, I guess. Not too close to the water, not too close to the road. We
close enough that you can hear it, kind of stuff, or further away?
Close enough to hear it and kind of see it, but close enough to the road that we could see the cart and be near the cart.
So you guys halfway between the road and the river?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
I could spell Ken Tiny Hut. In hindsight, it's a 3rd level. Yeah, so I could spell Ken as a tiny hut.
I mean, if you want to do it, you get your spell canning back tomorrow anyway.
Yeah. Hey, what would you guys say to sleeping indoors tonight?
Well, let me double check.
Indoors?
Let me double check Tiny Hut.
Third level spell summons housing for 10 people.
You create an unmoving, opaque sphere of force.
What the fuck?
Basically,
Creates
he
shelter
summons
for
he summons a magic dome.
Well, I mean, okay, so we're still outside, but it's not like, you know, we got a roof.
So it's a 10-foot dome over us, basically.
A little
10
bit
foot.
climate controlled.
10 foot, yeah. It's
Or
a
10 foot.
it's a 20,
No, it's a 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius, so it's a
Oh,
40-foot
okay.
diameter.
20-foot dome
So
around
we'd be
us.
sleeping head to foot, but we'd be inside like a climate-controlled zone.
As many
Its temperature inside is 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
10 medium
the
creatures can
exterior-
fit in there comfortably.
Oh wow, okay.
However,
let's do
however
that.
as the caster, if he leaves, the spell ends.
All right, so if you got to pee or poop, do it now.
Yeah, the inside temperature is 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm
Keeps
going to wander
the-
over
keeps
to
the
a
weather
tree.
out too.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Can
relieve
we
myself.
hear as though it? Can we hear through as though it was a tent flap, or is it more of a build functioning as a mini building, or what?
Or is it like panes of glass?
It is an opaque.
Yes.
It is an opaque sphere
Ooh.
of force that pretty much keeps the elements out, keeps it warm inside, have protection against the elements such as rain, dust, and sandstorms. Any winds less than hurricane force, but hurricanes destroy it. But at that point, I think you have bigger problems.
Right.
Yeah.
You can illuminate the interior. You can illuminate it dimly or extinguish the light as desired, so nightlight. Although the force field is opaque from the outside, so it's just a solid like white dome or whatever color he chooses. But it's transparent from within, so it's a one way. You can't see in, but you can see out.
Oh, that's tight.
Missiles, weapons, and most spell effects can pass through without affecting it, although the occupants cannot be seen from outside. You have total concealment, and it lasts for 2 hours per level. So
easily through till morning.
yeah,
Cool.
All right,
Um,
so
Well, Tib'resh only plans to sleep for the first couple hours, but does not have to remain asleep and will spend his time doing other stuff.
so just keeping watch.
Yeah, I was thinking keeping watch while writing in his book.
All right,
Or
well, if you're-
doing,
all right,
doing some push-ups.
well, if you're keeping watch, I'm gonna need perception checks.
Yes, I will keep watch. I guess the 6 remaining hours after the first 2 hours of rest.
Yeah, so pretty much you're just gonna be the one
I'll
making watch checks.
I'll stay
Yeah.
up for the first 2 if I need to.
If we're doing a normal amount of sleep, it won't matter. The first 2 hours of sleep,
Okay.
we likely will be fine.
All right. All right. Nothing untoward. There's a couple of like creatures that seem like deer that come just like looking around the dome, but then it's like okay, leaves. There is one thing that you see. It seems like there's like a thin tree, like in the river, coming up to this really really big like umbrella shaped flat top canopy, and you're just kind of looking around while you're on watch, and all of a sudden the canopy opens up into a giant pair of wings, and this giant stork-like beak juts down into the river and spears a fish.
My goodness.
Yeah, it's a heron that's about 18 feet tall.
I scribbled down my observations to tell the fellas in the morning.
You're gonna sound like one of those crazy people that said like, "Here there be dragons."
No,
He's the one that saw legendary
what
the
would
legendary bird for the first
Is
time
there
in
any way I
Pokemon.
would know what this creature is?
Actually, it is because it's a like regional creature, and all of you have actually eaten it before. It's a Ulubalus heron.
Oh my
Mm.
goodness. That looks delicious.
Remember, I told you guys had those giant drumsticks? They came from one of those things.
Oh.
Okay.
But nothing else noteworthy of your watch that night.
I'll note that in my log in terms of potential hunting, just in case we have difficulties with food.
This will last us all month.
Even if we
Look at those
don't have
big-ass
difficulties.
legs. It'd be hard to fight.
Yeah, with physics, it would just like snap your neck with its foot. It would just go. Psh.
I've got stats for it somewhere. But the following day is a similarly uneventful trip down the road until about 2 in the afternoon, when you can see shapes moving further down the road. There are shapes that appears to be a column of people, or at least a group of them, moving up the road in the opposite direction of you.
Large group.
A large group of people. What did they look like?
As far as their numbers, there's about 12.5 of them, but as they get closer, you start to recognize intimidating-looking, pointy black armor.
Should we bail?
Like Hell Knight armor?
Exactly.
Can we get a general like vibe check on
We
these
should
guys,
probably
or
just
what do
bail.
we know?
You can roll me
about?
a sense motive.
That plus 20 just made.
You
I was like
got-
worried at
You
first.
rolled my total.
Well, the Boarris is like, "Oh shit, Hell Knights. This could get very bad very quickly." And Tib'resh is like, "They seem to just be marching up the road. If you're going in the opposite direction, you're just, people with a wagon,
Like normal patrol.
something like that."
Okay. Yeah, fellas, let's keep out our normal business. Don't be.
Whatever you do, don't shout at the top of your lungs, "We are the Silver Ravens." I know that's
Certainly
very hard
don't
for you.
cast a burp across several miles.
But as they come past the cart, they're marching past you in military order. Some of them just kind of look at you, give a little acknowledging nod, like, "Hey," as you're like passing them on the road, and then they continue on towards Kintargo.
Tib'resh does several improper salutes.
Yeah.
He just does a bunch of Donkey Kong Smash Bros. Taunts.
Okay.
But other than that, there's nothing else noteworthy on the road today. So, as far as camp is concerned for the night, is it going to be another tiny hut night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you guys, did I tell you about the bard that taught me this spell? He had a djembe that he would play, and he would just slap it and say, "Tin hut, hut, hut." And the dome kind of appears around me.
Sounds more like a bad joke than a real story.
And the great bards are all bad jokes, my friend.
All right. As far as your watch for that night, make me a perception check.
Dang.
All right. Okay. Morning rolls around. As far as your estimation is concerned, you guys should reach White Rock sometime today.
Tib'resh spent the last hour before everybody woke up cooking a nice little breakfast for everyone and preparing their own little plates.
Okay.
Are these 18-foot heron eggs, Tib'resh?
What? No, I did. Well, I certainly didn't hunt the one that I saw the other day. No, these are just our normal rations. I wanted to cook them up a little special. I saw we had some salt and pepper, so I made them. I made them doctored up a little bit. I hope you guys like it.
S&P's the way for me, bud.
All right. Everyone's muted now.
It's a little weird waking up before all of you guys, and I don't really need to sleep as much, so killing all this time just keeping eyes out on the forest and writing occasionally in my book. It's been
I once heard of a romantic legend named Edward Cullen who
sometimes I watch you guys when you sleep and take detailed sketches of your faces. Is that okay?
I don't think we can stop you.
Tib'resh, the serial killer scribe.
No, I really need to add, a little bit of flesh and blood to my book. I think giving
A little bit of what now?
Not literal.
I peel
something-
skin off your face while
I
you're
am-
asleep, and I staple
I
it
am
into the pages
a
of my
writer.
book.
You guys are being assholes. I am a writer. I am writing a fantastic, truthful story about us, and I'm just trying to capture your images as good as possible. Here, why don't you check out my sketch for you. I'm gonna hand Icar a sketch that I've attempted to make of him. I don't know what to roll for this.
Make me as far as drawing would be concerned,
Usually drawing is craft painting.
Yeah, craft painting, or just make me a straight dexterity check. But I'm picturing it's coming out like one of the many wanted posters of Flynn Rider, where the nose is just always wrong.
I'll do better with the dexterity check than painting, obviously. So it's not good.
So, hey, Roger, remember when Napoleon Dynamite gives that drawing of a girl to the girl? Remember what that looked like?
I do remember.
It took me 2 hours to get the shading on your upper lip right. Okay.
It's a work in progress. I'm working on some stuff. Oh, God.
Is this what people look like to you?
I appreciate the drawing, Shattersong.
I'm a writer, not an artist. Maybe I'll get someone else to draw these.
Here, just give me the book.
Which actually comes to mind. I will need an illustrator for this book eventually.
Tib'resh, give me the book.
What? I mean, it's not. It's just a hunk of paper right now.
To be fair, he has done some beautiful artwork in the past.
Here, you can use this drawing. I give you permission.
How did you do a perfect circle? Okay, well, first I draw a head, then I remove some of the greater details, and then I get rid of the sculpture, and I'm left with a perfect circle. All right, now as far as breakfast is concerned, it's relatively tasty considering what you're working with. Sugtok, you are not feeling fulfilled at all by breakfast.
Why?
I don't know. You're just still hungry. It's like this tastes good,
Fair
but
enough.
this tastes good, but tummy's still gurgling.
I'm looking around for the heron.
That was last night, and it's
Is
gone
there
by
any
this point.
signs of where it's gone off to?
At the moment, no.
I'll eat one of them one day.
You have eaten one.
Been too long.
All right.
Didn't you bring some extra food with you?
Oh yeah, and I'll pull out one of the boxes of rations and just continue chomping on beef jerky.
Okay.
Does that not put him ahead of rations, though?
I got an extra week
Okay.
for everyone.
Okay. All right. You eat the rations. You continue to be unfulfilled by the food.
You guys, I'm still hungry.
Well, your belt is full to stuffing. I mean, you had a normal meal and then some.
Actually, it's not.
Oh, metaphorically, you had enough for you had lunch.
Kyra, will you make me one of those delicious day worth of food fruits, please?
Okay, hold on a second. Let's see what the stash is giving you today.
Come on, lime.
Pomegranate.
Pineapple.
Pomegranate.
Hey,
You better start digging.
there you go.
I
Toss
cut it in half with my keen falchion.
Okay.
You gotta
Start
toss it in
scooping
the
it.
air and then slice it in half as it's falling.
Yeah, can I fruit ninja the pomegranate?
Absolutely. Make me an attack roll.
What is the AC of a pomegranate?
Relatively high. It's pretty small. He botches
Botch.
anyway.
Can I make a reflex save to try to catch the pomegranate?
No, because you catch it with your face.
I imagine you go to Food Ninja and you just hit
Headbutt.
it straight with the flat side of the falchion.
Just
You
splat.
had it
It
like
just
a
shoots
all over
out
my
all the
face.
seeds
Fucking-
everywhere, and the juice is
You
gone.
you hit it like a baseball.
I take shotgun pellet damage.
Yeah, but basically,
You hit it with the flat side, but you hit it hard enough that it just explodes.
Pinatas onto me.
Well, there's your juice.
I'm trying to eat what I can.
All right.
I am I'm concerned about our buddy.
Hey, guys, I'm too hungry to attack well. It was a pomegranate.
And you're still
And
hungry.
It hurt me. I was hurt by a pomegranate in fight.
Well, I mean,
Why am I still hungry?
Do you hunger for something in particular? Did you eat something
Yeah.
weird recently?
Is there any specific draw to this hunger? Is there any?
No.
Can anyone detect illnesses?
Oh wait.
Actually, can I
Does someone
do that?
does someone
I
have does anyone have a heal check? To
I
maybe
do-
try to diagnose him.
I do have a heal check. Let me try.
It's probably a good place to start. Also, did you know vigilantes don't get healed as a class skill? Because that fucking
Okay, I
sucks.
fucking botched the heal check.
Welcome to my life. Oh, 2 botches in a row.
Holy
Thanks,
shit.
roll 20. Go fuck yourself.
At least you guys got fun drinking game early on.
Yeah, I rolled killer.
Yeah,
but
we rolled pretty well in the fun drinking game.
Right?
But now that like one of our lives are in danger,
Yeah, my last one standing on drinking was great, but cutting a pomegranate in half.
Harry, do you have any idea what's wrong with him?
I can look. Hold on. No, I don't. So as far as diseases are concerned, he seems fine.
How much of my box of rations did I get through?
How much did you eat?
I think technically you only had 2 days worth. It was
How
regular day.
long does it take for me to eat a day worth of rations?
I will say a grand total of about 15 minutes if you put your mind to it.
I'm not putting my mind to it.
Then let's just say you're noodling on it for about half an hour.
All right, so as long as I have the food in front of me, I'm going to keep nibbling on it
All right.
if I am insatiably hungry.
Make me a
I
perception
will-
check.
Like a half an hour will go by, I'll look down and be like, wow, I'm eating a lot of food.
Yeah, you are.
I'm still hungry. I don't know why. I guess I'll just keep eating until I'm not hungry.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Okay, let's just, if he's insatiably hungry but has clearly eaten enough calories for the day, let's just make sure we put away his food after he's eaten a normal fill. Because this sounds like a problem that's outside of our control right now, but we need to keep digging into it.
Sugtok's stomach rumbles.
I am.
Let's just not leave it in front of him and he won't consume it. If he thinks about the path ahead, we'll distract him.
All right.
If we need to, we'll hit you with the whole person.
We could just knock him out
Yeah.
for a day.
What did I hit?
Have you tried to knock him out?
No, sorry, I
Before?
was speaking ahead of myself.
Just gonna get him angry. All right, but as you guys continue on, you reach White Rock around and someone refreshed, but you get to White Rock about 2 in the afternoon. And compared to Kintargo, it's noticeably smaller. It's maybe about a third the size of Kintargo. Maybe about a grand total of about Old Kintargo and Jarvis End put together.
It's still a halfway decent size. We gotta look
Yeah.
for a doctor.
Okay.
I think we need to look for a diner.
No. We need to find out why you need to eat before we fill you up.
But I'm not full.
I understand that, and I will get you to a doctor regardless of your consciousness at the time. We need to find out why you can't eat, buddy. You're a big man.
Oh, I can eat.
Sorry.
why you can't eat properly.
Yeah, as far as Sugtok is concerned, stomach wise, he hasn't eaten since dinner.
I have talked about eating properly. You pick up the food
Okay.
and you put it in your
I
mouth.
understand how eating works. I'm just saying, spend your own money while we're here in town on your own meals while we figure this shit out, because I'm worried about you, my friend.
that is the third time I've gotten a 6 on that inspiration die.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing, and
And
like, you know, do I know anything about physician or cleric in White Rock based on having been here, you know, a few times before?
There's a small shrine to Erastil.
That's probably our best bet.
It's a little tucked away, but it tries to make itself low profile for the larger but still small Temple of Asmodeus in town.
Okay, Tib'resh, I think it might not be a bad idea to get him to the Temple of Erastil. They've got a small one tucked away here. The priest might know something about what's wrong with him.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. I'll take him with me. I don't know what you guys got going on. Since this is a separate day, right? I would like to make a check.
This is technically day 3.
Okay, I'm trying to do a heal check and see if I can discern anything else. What is that? +7.
I don't think I'd be able to pass it, but I would like to at least, I'd like to at least have Kyra give him a hand and aid him.
Yeah, I want to try and help him out if I can.
Make me a perception check. All right. There's you've hung around Sugtok long enough that it seems like there's some unnatural swelling or at least bulging in his neck area.
What the fuck is going on?
Oh God, my friend, are these your lymph nodes? I don't know quite enough about anatomy, but something's wrong here.
What does it feel like when I touch my face?
It feels like your face.
I don't know, it feels normal to me.
Oh, your neck? Oh, sorry. What does it feel like when I touch my face? How do you want me to answer
Face?
that? It just reminds me of when Dillon got the happy juice. Like, I can't feel my face, but I can feel my beard. It's weird. But
so what happens when he
as
feels
far as the neck, it's like I hesitate to use the phrase puffier, but it's like thicker.
Does Sugtok have cancer?
It's almost like a goiter. You look like a small frog.
It's not that.
It's hard to tell.
It's not that bad. It's more
looks like a pretty big
uniform.
frog.
Lift your beard up a little bit. It's under there. I feel it.
It's yeah, maybe we should talk to you.
It's okay. We're on our way, buddy. Let's go.
What did that chipmunk do to you?
Oh, hold on.
This wasn't all the nuts.
All right. Can you? It's like, do you want to make another heal check or something?
Oh, I did the one just a moment ago for 22.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You did. That's right. You did.
But this was still with the intent to take him to the.
Kyra was giving him a hand.
Okay. Well, as you're attempting that perception check and examining his throat, it's like, wait a second. The throat. Food isn't going down his throat. Let's check that shit out.
Where has all the food been going?
Oh, I'll bet it's in his neck.
All right, Sugtok, open wide.
Oh, it's like that episode of the puppet show. Those guys who worked at the fast food place where the dude had like the leech in his stomach, and it would come out like lightning fast, and, like grab the food.
So as you're looking down Sugtok's throat, staring back at you, you see what appears to be 2 beady eyes and a mouth inside his throat.
What the fuck?
I told you if you did that again, I'll just punch you in the stomach. I swear to God.
How the fuck did I get one of these in my mouth?
Wait, show me that again.
Boarris, what have you been eating, buddy?
I
What
mean,
the fuck?
we had that dinner in Vire. It was full of weird shit. I don't know if I ate it all correctly.
Tib'resh, can you just like yank it out?
Well,
It wasn't from Milo's.
fortunately,
My fist cannot fit in his mouth.
Fortunately, a few heal checks have been made.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
We'll get there. Hold on a second. Oh, good. You only needed a 15. So with that, you look at, you see that's like, what the hell is that? God, my martial art fists are too strong. Kyra, you rolled a high enough heal check, and you're a woman. Can you help me out here? You have smaller hands. And so Kyra, it's like,
Damn,
all right,
that's
stay. It's like she reaches in and kind of harpoons inside whatever its mouth is with one of the claws on the end of her fingers and kind of pulls it out and throws it to the ground. And this minuscule creature resembles a newt with 3 tails. It's covered in transparent slime and looks hungry. Here's a more full-out view of it.
Sugtok, it's been eating all your food for you. Surely Sugtok has to vomit
Yeah,
at
can
this
I-
point.
Can I have pulled
Vomit
my
what?
falchion and gone to attack
He would
it
have had to vomit if you'd failed that heal check. Because you attempted, it didn't work, and you hurt him.
Wow, excellent removal.
This would be a
Can I
knowledge nature to identify.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking look that shit up. One sec.
Is it still squirming, or it was killed by the puncture?
Plus,
She throws it down and it starts kind of like squirming away on the ground like a lizard.
I want to slice it in half.
I got a 29.
Desperately.
All right. Flickie is aware that it's a fey creature known as an Alpluacra, which it's a strange and insatiable fey that has a tendency to dwell along riverbanks, and if it encounters a helpless creature, it is covered in a numbing slime, and it can crawl down and attach itself inside of a creature's throat, and it's just a lazy way of hunting. It's just a parasite.
Oh my god, wait, how long has Sugtok had this thing sitting inside
since we stayed by the river.
Since last night.
It was just overnight?
Flickie is also aware that they are exceptionally vulnerable to salt, and one of the cures for getting rid of an Alpluacra is to... Let me see if I can read this correctly. Consume 2 gallons of salt water.
All right, I tell Tib'resh to keep it held down, and I go over to the cart and I grab salt out of our rations thing, and I fucking dump salt all over it.
Well, by the time you get back, Shattersong has bisected the thing.
Oh, all right, well.
Oh right. Did my salted and peppered properly spiced breakfast bring this forth? Like I'm really curious.
No, that thing is the reason your breakfast didn't.
Yeah,
it
must have crawled into his mouth while he was.
That's why I'm so angry. It robbed me of the joy of a good meal.
It does have a plus 20 stealth, and it rolled a natural 20 on its attempt to sneak it to just. Oh, there's something over here. Oh, there's something in here, and then you're busy, I guess, during whatever I think your perception was a 22 or something, which is still pretty good, but he rolled a 40 because I natural 20'd, and so. I figured that, okay, so he goes down Sugtok's throat. Let's see how long this lasts.
Not very long.
Hey, it's long enough. It worked.
Okay, well now we gotta get Sugtok. Yeah, well now we gotta get Sugtok fed because he hasn't technically.
No, before we feed him, we should see if there's any eggs or some shit inside of him first. Because I don't want to put food in him and then have more things hatch inside.
Oh yeah,
him.
Do you know enough about that to know if it?
Well, you said it was
a one and done.
You said it was a fae, right? Like
correct.
Usually, fae or spirit creatures aren't ones to lay eggs, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to check.
Yeah, we can get the doctor to check us out just in case any of us missed
He's not
it.
a doctor. He's just a cleric of Erastos.
Or declare. Good enough.
No, we don't need to pay
they can
for it,
perform
guys.
A holy MRI.
The best way to check if I'm still infected by this thing is for me to eat lunch, preferably at an all-you-can-eat establishment.
Well, I happen to know that the summer, I guess it.
There are
I
a
guess
few.
it would
There
be-
are
I
a
guess
few
it would be
restaurant
the
type
Winter
establishments.
House.
Yeah, there are a few
There's
restaurant
For a
types.
Chinese buffet style.
There's a few restaurants, but I mean, there's also the family. There's the family estate down here in White Rock.
There was no all-you-can-eat buffet here in White Rock. Another thing that you probably noticed on the way in, but you're a bit too distracted by the fact that hungry, are the significant amount of pig pens on the outskirts of town for the farmers.
Pig pens?
Yes.
I'm excited.
Don't eat the livestock.
I'm not going to eat them.
He's gonna fuck
I'm
him.
going to talk to them. I have speak with pigs 3 times a day. I've
Do
never
not
had to use
fuck
it.
the livestock.
Is it bestiality if it comes from a boar-kin skinwalker?
No.
All right.
Depends on what part of the body is doing the sex.
All right. All right. But you guys approach in White Rock, having dealt with your little parasite problem. It's been an arduous morning for Sugtok. He's just been hungry, and it's slowly devolved into hangry pretty quick.
I'm so hungry.
Well, we gotta grab him some lunch, and
We do.
let's. I do want to listen about town. I know we're not staying here long term or anything. We're passing through, but I'm curious what the townsfolk have to say.
All right.
If they've been heard of the goings on in Kintargo and the Silver Ravens and whatnot.
All the townsfolk just say the classic, like, I am Error.
Welcome to Corneria. Welcome
Good
to
day.
Corneria. Welcome to Corneria. Twitch, Twitch,
Have you
Twitch.
heard of the High Elves?
Well, this is a really high elf. Gestures to Flickie.
God, I really wish we knew someone who was really good at art who could draw our gang. And just Flickie with the pipe in his mouth and red eyes. The fucking lemur on one shoulder, hawk flying over the other.
You might have met a high elf, but you've never met a high elf.
You guys seen that like short little animation of like Fellowship of the Ring by that one guy who does it, and when Gandalf was wheels into Orthanc,
Yeah.
he comes in wearing like he smoking some ganja, and he's got a t-shirt with a marijuana leaf on it, and he's on a skateboard. And then Saruman just takes one look at him and then just beats the crap out of him from a distance. I was like, I get it.
Well, yeah. Let's get Sugtok fed and rest up for the night, and then we gotta head out of town, right?
That's up to you guys.
We're in White Rock right now?
At the moment.
I do want to get a feel in this city to see if anyone's heard of the Silver Ravens in general.
I want to talk to the gate guard and see if Keiko's in town.
All right, Tib'resh, diplomacy to gather information.
Fuck. Why
So
do I keep trying to gather information with the +2 diplomacy?
You could just take a 20 on it.
Yeah, we got some time in town.
I'm going to diplomacy for information about the best restaurants in town.
You are directed to one of the taverns towards the center of town, which is said to have the best pork buns in town.
I'm gonna take 20 to stick out at stick around local coffee shops and places of exchanging of information and see if anyone's talking about the Silver
Bro,
Ravens.
this is like a small village. It's a pretty sizable town, but they don't have coffee shops.
I'm sure there are places of gathering.
White Rock
where
is the largest town along the Ulubis.
Yeah, I figure here of any place. I'm just trying to get an idea of our influence, really, our
see if anyone else is thinking about us.
Okay. For Gits and Shiggles, roll me the die anyway, because I want to see if you would have botched.
Right.
I just want to see what your luck is like right now.
Consistently not very good.
It's average. But you know, but taking 20, I can give you something for that. There are a few whispers of the revolution happening in Kintargo, but more just the fact that not much seems to have been happening lately, like someone's laying low waiting for something. But you are getting this one bit that that Menador Gap is all but closed to traffic at the moment, with only Thrun loyalists being allowed through the pass. And you've heard that, and apparently the new overseer is one of Barzilai's distant cousins.
Shit. Tib'resh whispers.
Although to be fair, for a family like House Thrun, that's probably not saying much. They've got one hell of a family tree.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, I will relay this to my fellows when I see them again.
And Roger, Keiko is not in town.
That means that she's not going to tattle on me if I use the family estate.
Right. You do hear that she's currently supervising the trips down to the quarries just past the Y in the river where the tributary joins in, right
Fork?
north. Yeah, the fork right north of Kurthia.
Well, I want to head to the tavern in the center of town. Where is everybody relative to the group right now?
Icar is headed towards the Jhaltero estate, which is the largest building on the east side of the river.
I'm going to go with Icar so I can take a nap in his fancy estate.
Tib'resh is busy asking around town and learning what I just told him. And as far as Kyra is going with them as well, and you are headed towards the middle of town.
Word, then I'll tell the guys, hey, I'll catch up with you later. I'm going to go pig out at the tavern.
All right.
Not literally. You know what I mean.
Yeah, the tavern in question you're directed to is called the Sow in the Air.
I like this town.
But inside, it's petering off from the lunch rush, but there's still a noticeable amount of people inside. But
anybody important looking?
No, most of them all just look like the laborers, workers, or the employees.
Right, then I want to get a seat at the bar.
Not difficult. There's plenty of open stools.
Why did you put Harvest Dawn into the chat?
That's the conversation you were having with NPCs.
Oh.
But hey, barkeep,
Aye.
how much would it be get around for everybody in here?
Everybody? Well, a second. There's 15 people in here, not counting my employees. You okay with that?
What's a drink?
It's going to be about 3 silver a head.
Fantastic. And so 1.5 gold a person by 15, 20. I'm gonna hand the barkeeper 25 gold.
Around it is.
Say it's for the working class.
All right. The next round's on the new guy for the working class. Yeah! Yeah. Hi. All right.
And then can I get
hold
your
on,
largest
hold on,
plate
hold
of
on.
meat?
Largest plate of meat or the largest piece of meat?
Plate.
Plate.
Said what I meant.
How much meat do you want on the plate?
A plate worth?
All right. Anything else with that?
How big is the plate?
He shows you a plate that's probably about 11 inches diameter. I can probably fit a good bone-in chop on here, and probably one of the pork buns as well. A side of asparagus with it, if you're up for that.
No, a side of another plate of meat would be my best hope.
So two plates.
Aye.
All right. That'll be about 10 minutes or so.
Well enough.
All right. In the meantime, here's your portion of the round. Slides a tankard over to you.
Want to catch it real cool.
Slide.
Take a swill.
All right.
Did he slide it to the left?
He slid it to his left, so it's coming at you from your left.
So he slid it to my right.
No, he's looking at you. He's sliding it this way, so it's coming. You would be catching it with your right hand.
I'm sorry, I got crisscrossed.
Yeah, to be fair, he's sliding it to his left, and you're catching it from your left.
Did everybody in the bar clap their hands after I bought them around?
No, there were a few, yeah, because he's going to turn down a free drink. A few, yeah, sure, I'll take it. And one guy is just like, hi, new guy. But while Sugtok is busy eating, because I don't think we need the details of what he's about to do to this food, you arrive at the family estate, Roger, Icar, with Flickie and... Yeah, it's about to be as, not safe for broadcast as the last time I faded to black last session. So, Icar, Flickie, and Kyra arrive at the lodge, which is a large 3-story affair. It's smaller than Silverhome, but still... It's your definition of cozy without being quaint.
It is. It's cozy. It's, just an average... You don't tell me you don't have a summer lodge.
Yeah. Yeah, this one only has the one sitting room, no library, no study, and...
Well, it's nice to visit, but God, I wouldn't want to live here. There's nothing here.
Yeah, I know. There's only 2 guest rooms instead of 4.
I immediately go claim one and close the door and take a nap.
All right. Yeah. The house is a little unkempt because it's in the off season and the help isn't here right now.
That's all right. We can pick up a bit of the slack, right, Tib'resh? It's the least we can do since we're here out of season.
Tib'resh.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's right. He's asking around town.
Shit.
Sorry,
Tib'resh
I was
isn't
still
here.
beyond about.
He's like, my name's Kyra. Are you still hungover from a few days ago?
I have had an interesting past couple of days, Kyra. And somehow you have been the least sassy part of all of it.
I try. Or you could just be getting used to it.
Maybe. Point being, yes, Kyra and I are going to help because it seems like Flickie is going to go pass out.
He's going to go do that, and I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need your help in explaining how to draw a bath in this place. I think I still smell like Sugtok. Ugh.
You probably still smell like that thing that was inside of Sugtok.
Or that. I'd almost put it out of my head. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
It was in his throat.
It was probably eating the food and shitting down his throat.
The baths are this way, although... Do you know if the spring in the back is still connected? Is it still getting warm water, or is it? He's asking one of the attendants. It's not entirely empty, is it?
No, it's not entirely empty. There's 2 people that are live-in for the sake of upkeep.
Right.
It's like the spring is still there, but it's disconnected right now for maintenance reasons.
Oh, we're gonna have to come back when we're in the on season. Kyra, you would not believe how comfortable the spring is that we have attached to this lodge.
I'll take your word on it. In the meantime, is there at least a tub somewhere that we can fill?
Yeah, of course. The tubs are.
You know what? I'll let them take care of it, because at least that way I know you can manage on your own with the rest of the bozos.
Yeah. I guess. I don't even know where most of them are.
Well, the good news is it shouldn't be that hard for them to find their way here. It's the biggest building in town.
It's not the biggest, actually. Technically, because
Not caring, as she walks away.
The Asmodean temple has to be 2 square feet bigger.
I know. I worked in the big one.
Icar will go to his room, not one of the guest rooms, and I guess he'll sit down and just sort of relax for a little bit. Maybe take out his portable lab and do some fiddling.
Yeah, and you still got a small bookshelf in here with some books that you enjoy, but you keep them here so you have something to do.
Oh, but I've read all of these before.
It's options. The point is it's kept, but it's not like hotel fresh. There is traces of your particular stamp on it. Although you don't recognize the vanity, that's new. You're also fairly certain it belonged to Rosalind.
I guess they've been moving stuff around. No, she wouldn't. No. He's gonna go over to the vanity. She moved into my room when she came in. Oh, we're gonna have to have a talk. She can't just take my room. This is my room. That's low, Rosalie. For you, that's low.
Ah, the subtle acts of revenge. All right. So, Sugtok, you are eating, and Tib'resh, you finish up your questioning by this point. What do you do when you finish gathering this little bit of information?
Sorry, I'll go and rejoin the guys and relay it for sure.
Okay. So while you're doing that, Flickie is taking a nap, so you're probably just going to be relaying it to Icar while Flickie is napping and Kyra is in the bath. Sugtok, you finish your food, and after being forcibly deprived, despite all efforts to the contrary, for an entire day so far, this is probably the greatest meal you've had in a while. It even tops the fancy stuff in Vire, which was delicious, but this was cut meat, put in mouth, chew, swallow, and it was good. And they're not wrong. The pork buns are fucking great.
I would have got an extra tankard of beer through the course of eating 2 plates of meat.
Yeah, because I should also point out that the Alpluacra was also consuming any water you put down your throat too. So you were parched as well.
Oh, then yeah, also several waters through the course of this meal. And I'll give him, 4 gold for the meal? Does that suffice?
You hear him mutter, "I like this new guy," as he goes to put it away in the box.
I thought so.
But you finish your meal without further incident. There's a couple people that on their way out give you a little clap on the shoulder for the beers.
Keep up the good work, guys. And meatily mow my way on out.
All right.
Actually, I'll stick around the bar and busk for a bit for the evening.
Okay, roll me performance. And whatever you roll, divide it by 7.
2.
All right. Yeah, so you get yourself grand total of 2 gold.
Silver.
Yeah, grand total of 2
gold.
Sorry, 2 silver. Sorry, gold is
Yeah,
for the
that's what I
healing.
thought.
2 silver for yeah. Pretty much all of it is in copper, so it's basically 20 copper pieces. But people are just basically they're paying for their food, they're getting their change, and they're dropping the small change in your whatever receptacle on the way out.
That's what I'm here to make, gentlemen.
All right. So, at what point do you start making your way over to Casa de Icar?
Did I know about Casa de Icar?
Oh yeah, he would have told you guys about it at least the day before that you got here, if not since we left. Talking about the lodge that they had in Silver and here in White Rock. Telling you all about the trips he's made to White Rock. The fact that it's the place where the stone essentially gets cleaned up before it heads to the ports in Kintargo.
There also are a significant amount of horse cart traffic on the roads in here. Several of them with stone, several of them without, but clearly this place is made with their transit in mind. So specifically on the western half of the town, on that side of the river. But it's pretty obvious to tell that this is a pretty good stop-and-go point for the stone quarries.
Not only that, but also anyone who wants to, any of the nearby farmers and ranchers who want to sell their food but don't want to have to drag it all the way to the capital city. Because here we're still in the breadbasket coastal plains. Once we start heading further south and we get to Curdia, it's going to be a lot less, fertile. It's going to be closer to the foothills and the steppe.
Yeah, for the sake of the map, the plains are the green part and the foothills of the mountains are the brown part. Starting with Kurthia, it's a slow and steady increase until you actually hit the spine that is mountains.
Yeah, I would have tried to head up to Casa de Icar. I don't know, hour or two of busking.
All right.
Buying beers, playing music. Get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. By the point that you get... I don't know what the rest of you were doing besides Flickie, because he's probably still conked out. But Tib'resh, what are you doing after you finish relaying to Icar what you heard?
Sorry, probably just sticking around with Icar until the other guys catch up. I didn't have anything else I needed to get done.
All right. Well, Sugtok comes in a little bit... Right around sundown, I would guess, if he was busking for a couple of hours. And there's the still damp hair of, or fur, I guess, at this point, of Kyra as she gets out and is getting dressed and is kind of doing the, shaking herself dry thing, which with her tail is hilarious. Does anybody have anything else specific they need to do before turning in for the night?
No.
No, I don't have anything else.
All right. So as you guys all turn in for the night, I am going to call the session there.
Okay.
So it's like this is...
It was a little late. It's 10:45.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to finish this up very quick. I just wanted to make sure we got here first because it seemed like a good stopping point.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, nothing XP related tonight, guys. Sorry. Other than that, we still good for 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, should be.
Absolutely.
Not a doctor.
That's some bad hat, Harry.
Yeah, sorry. We got through a
Formula.
ton of loot divvying and figuring out where that's going to be money was. And then we're going into a giant dungeon crawl.
It's like, oh no, why the hell did we forget this stuff? Why aren't we divvying this loot as we get it?
Well, we've set it all up in an easy to forget tab with 2 weeks between for us to forget it was ever there.
True. It's just putting, I suppose, like a banner on this screen in big yellow letters that says "Check your loot."
I mean, we had to get around to it, but I didn't want to take a session that had more stuff going on and try to cram it in there. This one was kind of laid back.
This was a good kind of session 0 to the final part of the campaign.
Or at least this chunk of the adventure.
Or the final part of part 3 of step 3 of 5 of the campaign.
Yep. All right, we got a long hike for this one.
On the verge of something enormous.
All right.
All right. Well, shit. Is that it?
Hey, good times, fellers.
Good times with
Yeah,
weapons.
no XPs, but we're on the verge.
All right, groovy. I will talk to you guys later.
All right.
Good night, Flickie.
Fall asleep
Good
first.
night.
Night, Dillon.
Night, y'all.
Night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.